Hello. Oh, are we good? Yep, we're good. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another session of Shadow Guardians. We've been on a little bit of an extended break, though it will probably not seem like that for those that are watching. Well, hopefully. We do have our moments of not uploading things on the channel for several weeks, but that was because, at least as the time of this recording, we have been releasing the fourth version of the alpha, at least part one of it. So if you would like to go and check out what that looks like and try out Dreamforge for yourself, you can hop on down in the description box below and follow that link to our Discord where all of that information is posted. Or if you just like to simply laugh along, listen, and cry, though I imagine there will not be many tears, maybe, this session. But yes, feel free to just subscribe on, ring the notification bell, and just lounge around with some more Dreamforge. In this case, Shadow Guardians. I'm gonna give a quick rundown as I get our music situated. Yes, here we go. So, in the last session, it had been a little bit of everyone had gotten a small little bit of rest after a long day after dealing with the summit attack that happened by the now infamous group known as Memorem Retribution, a seemingly antagonistic and very as you could argue, terroristic group that has seemed to have been attacking several areas in the Lapsus sphere, mainly in the Consortium areas, after or positing that they are the retribution the Consortium has wrought after years, decades even, of maltreatment and discouragement and, well, I guess malpractice done to the Memoriam people. This is, as they say, the retribution that they've wrought. That being said, it seems as though the Retribution is a little bit fast and loose with its targets in some cases, as, while, yes, arguably this was a big declaration for them and a big opening, I guess you could say, event, it seemed to have dragged in a lot of bystanders and people that were rather unsuspecting to things, including people that weren't even necessarily part of the Consortium military, or even Consortium at all, like the Auroch Bane and Noblessians. That being said, or I guess actually I should have forgot to say, even their own people, as there were Memorem soldiers as well at the summit who were not privy to the attacks that would be conducted that day. That being said, the party decided to, or the party at the summit would have to defend the many leaders that represented the different nations of Lapsus as they were attempting, to join the Lapsus Sphere Initiative, a new initiative that would hopefully spell a more peaceful coexistence of the Lapsus nations, kind of in a similar vein to what Dogma has with the Honed and Worm Empire. I would say Gara, but honestly, Gara is actually just one solid nation. They're not really separate nations. They do have different provinces, but they're still one nation. But in either case, yes, there was a hope that this would be something that would be for a much more peaceful Lapsus sphere, though it seems like that has been challenged by the Retribution and even some within the Consortium under the moniker of the Ultis regime. However, they are, at least at the moment, not the main targets of ire by the people in these nations, or I guess in the Lapsus area. But yes, getting more outside of the abstract and getting more to the party. At the summit, where the party would defend the summit goers and such like that, the official things, they would combat a group of people that were revealed to be not just part of the Retribution, but also part of Titus's old Silver Lotus crew. Titus and Balin, I should say. Silver Lotus crew. Now part of a group within the Retribution called the Crimson Lotus, who seemingly has a very big hard-on for Titus's suffering, I guess Balin by proxy, as well as the general destruction, or I guess destruction of the Consortium, at least as far as it's known at the moment, or seen at the moment. And perhaps there's more to it, but at the moment it's not exactly known by the majority of the party. along with the revelations of Titus's crew attacking the summit and the party, it was revealed that Brew had also been a spy for the Retribution for some time of his duration or tenure as part of the guild union, and specifically this group. However, it was later revealed through the, I guess the direct revelation from Lyshishka, who would come later to kind of stop if the party had decided to hurt Brew, to kind of stop that from happening by revealing the full story. Brew had decided to actually stop working for the Retribution around 7 or 8 months ago. Generally speaking, around the time that Latricia had been the Latricia operation to get her had happened. It seemed to be that was around the time he had become disillusioned with the cause of what the Retribution, I guess, was standing for, as he put it. And while he does still harbor a loathing for the Consortium, it seems as though his priors have been challenged based on the meeting of people like Macy and other members of the guild and such, that has made it a bit difficult to see the empire that was once the Consortium now seemingly slightly changing in some areas. At least enough that he couldn't agree with the Retribution's cause or actions per se anymore. At least not to the extent that they were going to do them. So, outside of that, Titus, of course, was also somewhat implicated. Nah, not just somewhat. Very heavily implicated in some things. Titus had been misleading in some cases to the full extent of his actions and behaviors before the Memorem Civil War ended, as well as his time as the leader of the Silver Lotus. He initially had kind of made the idea of his involvement with certain activities and, we'll say, trades, for instance, the trafficking and slave trade as it pertained to many Memorans and other peoples in the Lapsus sphere. He had made it more seem like they had gotten out of that trade once he had taken main leadership of the area, or of the organization. However, while this was true, he grossly kind of downplayed how long these actions were happening under his watch, and downplayed the reasons. I guess I should say more, did not explain the reasons why he had stopped, which seemed to fall on the fact of kind of concern at getting caught more than it was actually feeling concern for the people that they were doing this to. Though there is some murkiness with that, and it seems like there might be some indications that he did feel something about it, since there were cases where they left many of the individuals for these trades effectively, like, I guess you could say, ready to be taken by the guild, who could then bring them to other places. They seem to have many times left the people that they were supposed to be doing these trades with for the guild to kind of receive. Again, formulate your own thoughts on the matter. Though Titus has a bad habit, it seems, of avoiding dealing with certain situations as they arise. Mainly importantly, I should say, as it pertains to people close to him, like the party and his, we'll say, not exactly in the best situation, relationship with the person named Allure, who is, well, she's not exactly taking his misleading too well, we'll just say. But outside of that, once all of that was set and done, the party would meet later that night and then would have a conversation with some of the rest of the leaders, as Lyshishka and some of the others, including Ashin, would reveal that they were, that Ashin not only was alive after the summit attack, but also that they had planned to directly go after the Memorem Retribution forces and, I guess, leadership of them soon, and that they were going to use this as the, I guess you could say, staging ground or the catalyst that would spark the Lapsus initiative's kind of main point in existing. As such, after the party deliberated with some of the leaders and getting a few deciding votes on their side, there would be plans to mount a conjoined offensive against the Retribution and Memorem to reclaim the areas that have been taken by them over some periods of time, and to swiftly and efficiently free the Memorem people from the relative control that the Retribution is having in certain parts of Memorem, with Sheen and the Guild kind of leading the charge on this matter. But after all of that was said and done, and some conversations had been had, and the group had rested, the party would receive a message in the following morning, as one of their party members, actually a few, I should say, their party members, had remained on a island named Iconfall that they had been previously to, that had been attacked by the Retribution directly, with not much information as to their safety. They would receive a message from them that they had escaped from Iconfall, but that they were under siege by a new force of them that seemed to be tailing them, trying to specifically get Crow, one of the members of their party, who seems to have some significant knowledge, we'll say, as it pertains to one of their group's main engineering tools, which might be delved into a bit more in this session. But that being said, while things were not looking best, the party realized that they could not make it back in most cases very quickly, meaning that they would probably have to figure out some auxiliary form of transit, perhaps teleportation, or maybe even some type of experimental booster. All of these were floated, however, they settled on the teleportation route, having Kaya with her very, very good teleportation-based magic she can use, or at least wind-based teleportation magic she can use. Basically sail them there in an accelerated speed. They could get them there in a matter of moments rather than hours, as it seemed like this attack was heavily under siege already. With Lyshishka's help fueling kind of the energy aspect of this teleportation, they managed to get their way over and make it just in time to help the party, the remaining party, as they were getting attacked. With Gwendolyn manning the turret with Brisk, and Balin taking over in Brisk's armored knight, and the other four members, Emiko, Crow, Apani, and Latricia, receiving their two, I guess you could say, upgrades, so to speak. Emiko and Crow receiving an experimental unit designed by Halanaya for them, named the Quan Vanguard, and another unit, or another subunit that was designed to be to exemplify the Nameless Vanguard's capabilities, called the Glint Booster, that you allow someone without an NLD to pilot it and connect with the main pilot of the Nameless. Namely, this would be Apani and Latricia. After setting off with their units, they very quickly and one-sidedly dealt a blow to the attacking units, for forcing pretty much the supporting units that were there, as well as the ones on their way, to withdraw or surrender, as it were, to the might that they had offered in this brief moment. And yes, that is where we are mostly caught up, but I will narrate a little bit as to what's happened since then. I'm just looking for something. There we go. So, it has been accelerating time. It has been around a day and some change past the previous battle, with Crow, Emiko, Latricia, Apani, Gwendolyn, Balin, and Barish having now adequately rested, and they are generally lounging around the guild vessel, helping out, or as they are getting acquainted with some of their new things. Most everyone at the moment is currently in the workshop hangar, either inspecting their machines or helping out where they can with repairs. The party, I should say all of you currently, are expecting to meet up with the second wave of Lapsus initiative members, or I guess battalion, the new battalion coming, as well as the rest of your party aboard the Stratosphere vessel, probably within the next few hours, based on what you know. Once you meet up, they're intending to trade off those that are injured, as well as those, generally speaking, that are heading back up north or to other areas of the guild's kind of area, or even the Memorem soldiers as well, probably figuring out what they're going to do. Probably wanting to see a Sheen more than anything. But past that, you're also planning on figuring out what the next operations will look like. You imagine that that's probably been discussed somewhat already, and they're probably waiting to get information from you, as well as to take over the captured personnel you have, at least some of them, and interrogate them when they can. Along with this, Balin has also finished combing through the data that Gwendolyn has extracted, as well as some stuff that Crow has also gotten and given to her. So she has some things she would like to report once the party is basically all assembled. She's kind of... sorry. Her and Brishk are basically compiling all of that. So, yeah, all of you, I guess, are all aboard the Guild's naval vessel right now. Yeah, what would you... I guess... Where would you all say you would be aboard the vessel right now? Because I mentioned that most of you are probably in the hangar, but that doesn't mean you have to be there.
I think Imiko would probably with Crow, and if Trish is there, probably
I can tell you where they are.
fixing fixing or tweaking the stuff on the mechs.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna tell you that Latricia, or I should have mentioned, Latricia and Crow are actually in the hangar right now.
Yeah.
Crow is Latricia is working on something as it pertains to Nameless's the system. Crow seems to be doing something as it pertains to the NLD connection, and he's kind of like, you could see he's been jotting down notes and things like that. And he's been talking with the Guardian subunit that you have installed in Quan right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think Apani would be with Patricia.
Okay. So, I can give you also, like, as in, because they didn't really say what Latricia was doing outside of just, like, she's looking at the system. So Latricia has been kind of checking to make sure all of Glint's, the Glint booster systems are actually linked correctly with Nameless. Mainly because the last battle you didn't necessarily use a lot of those, didn't lose a lot of the new weapons. So she's just making sure that that was a choice and not necessarily like the thing's not working. Which so far it seems to be that it was a choice, at least as far as she can tell, as Nameless and the system seems to be just feeding back that yes, everything is fine, that everything has been linked correctly.
Okay.
And I could say every now and again, Latricia is kind of like, side-eyeing's not the word. She's more of kind of like glancing over at you, Apani, but not saying too much. And I would say for Imiko, Crow has been very quiet the last like day.
Yeah, I think
he's definitely lost in thought. I would say you would know.
I think Imiko, like, while tapping here and there, like fixing up what's on the mech, I think he like glanced at Crow like now and then, just to see like what's he doing.
Mm-hmm. He seems to be keeping his work like his actual flow of work seems to not be changing too much. He seems to be pretty like active and pretty like on the ball. So whatever is distracting him, honestly, I'd argue roll me a mood.
Yeah, sure. Oh.
Wow, that was a lot.
Not mean that. Sorry.
Well, I'll take the 14.
Take 14.
So
yeah,
18.
14. Sorry about that.
So,
yeah.
With an 18, you are able to glance, like, kind of gleam that Crow is very, he's not distracted. Like, or he's distracted, but not in a way that you would think would lead to him to be incapable of doing his, like, job or any, like, concentrative, like, work. He seems very determined, but I feel like you would kind of gleam that in that determination, he's not necessarily paying attention to a lot of what's going on. He's very much absorbing himself in whatever he's doing. And not necessarily thinking about things around him, if you catch my drift. Like, he's focused, but he's very much, like, deliberately trying not to think about something.
And what's underneath the hood of Crow when I use my Paracato energy?
He seems to be, it looks, roll me a soul sensing, actually. I'm gonna see what you get.
Sure. While I say that, I would like to say to Crow. So, uh, how you doing?
He kind of looks
You
over
feeling
it,
alright?
and he's like, what, did you say something?
I mean, you don't. You sure? I said, sorry. You said, I said, are you okay?
Uh, um, I guess I'm fine. I mean, there's nothing physically wrong with me.
I mean, not physically. I mean, he taps ahead. You okay up here?
Hmm. Before he continues speaking, you can feel that there is something stirring, but it's hard to tell. Your senses are a bit foggy at the moment. But he continues to speak, and he says, I mean, it's a lot to think about, I guess, but
Yeah, especially like when, I thought you were taken prisoner, and what led up to that. But hey, it's all live, you know.
all lies. He kind of echoes what you said a little bit.
Hmm. Yeah.
Hey, Imiko, you know when
Hmm.
yeah, thanks. I wanted to ask you, um, when we connected with Quan,
Yeah.
he kind of thanks for him. You can see he's kind of like what's wrong song? You can see he's kind of thinking a little bit, kind of chewing on the words.
Yeah. As
I
he does that,
yeah, good.
yeah, as he does that, like I think Imako would stop calibrating stuff inside and just like probably sit on the pilot seat as she's like waiting for him to
Hmm.
find the words.
It's giving him your
Yeah.
attention type feel.
Hmm.
He kind of thinks when we activated Quan, I felt
You felt what?
this is gonna sound a bit weird, I guess, but I felt, I think you.
I mean, you did feel me like even in bed.
That's not
Hmm.
what I mean. And he kind of blushes a bit, but he's
I,
kind of
I
like,
I know what you mean. I also felt when we connected. I also felt you.
he kind of thinks so. You didn't. You felt it too.
Yeah, I'm guessing you also felt the urge to rip someone apart.
Yeah, I was wondering if you felt anything from me.
Oh, well, I didn't at first, and then when I first realized it, I thought I wanted to kill them. But hey, I think something like permeated that decision, and I think she looks at Pro. I think I got you to thank you for that. No deaths and all.
He kind of thinks, yeah. Is that what were you? He kind of looks over at you. Why? So is that why you decided to not to like, try to take them prisoner?
She's like holding up a hand. She's like raising up like a 50-50 thing, like, partly, partly I want to, kill them for what they did at the summit. Partly because, I don't want, because, since they're Memorem and you're Memorem, don't want to hold that over you, hold that heavy shit over your head.
Hmm. He nods. Because they're more and kind of things. You
Oh,
know?
but no, not Memorem, sorry.
No, it's
But
it's.
yeah,
He kind of holds up his hand. He's like, it's fine. Actually, you're right. I think I. He kind of you can see this time he puts like his little like, I guess you can see like his little like workshop bag he was using, like, or like his sensor bar to like track things. He puts that down to the side. He actually gives you like his attention now. I think
Hmm.
I've been thinking about things. I haven't talked with any of the people. They're still held in the cell area of the ship under watch,
Hmm.
but
I'm guess. Hmm. They getting treated real, I'm guessing.
yeah, the guild's not really one for, going in and randomly beating people or anything like that, or like weird
Well,
psychological torture, I guess, but no, they're
a little,
fed and kept fine.
the little being or two helps. But hey, science is what works best when you treat them like royalty and stuff.
Yeah, I've heard some echoes in the ship, though. Not
Yeah, sorry
everyone's
about that.
exactly. No, no, just not everyone's happy about the situation, but I can't blame them. I heard that one of the people we have here, one of their sister was at the summit, I guess. They
That's just from
they were
yeah.
on the other side.
I see.
The retribution. If what you told us is I mean, I don't have any reason to think it's not true. Not what I mean, but if as bad
That's
as
all
things
right.
got there were as true as you say, then there's a good chance they're dead. They were on the east area.
Well, who knows? They could have like taken prisoners, but knowing them, they probably
They probably didn't.
sold the earth over there. They probably did it. No. Well, compared to our side, I'm guessing the other side of the side of the parts were not good.
No, they weren't. He kind of looks off. He kind of like looks down a little bit. I'm.
Uh, yeah.
I just. I've been thinking about how everything's been going with the retribution and stuff. I'm.
Hmm.
I don't.
You,
I don't want to.
hmm. You're
It's.
thinking of what they said, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
The guys we captured.
He nods.
You do know that, and you do know you're not making weapons to like kill like memorials and shit, right?
But that's what they're being used for.
They're used for good, while they use it for for vile shit like what they done at the summit. Meanwhile, us, we use it for good, try to protect peace and order and stuff. You made it happen, the peace and order and stuff. Meanwhile, they try to use whatever stuff that you got. They try to use it for their own nefarious shit,
Hmm.
you know. So don't think that you're at fault, alright?
He kind of nods. He then thinks he's like, I. I don't know. I feel maybe they're right.
You still feel like shit, huh?
I just. I was. I've been conflicted. I've been thinking about what Umbra said about Titus keeping secrets from us, me keeping secrets from all of you.
Yeah. Hey, if it makes you feel better, all of us have still secrets left, even if we get it out for everyone.
Yeah, but you gotta just thinks. I'm. I know I apologized earlier, but I'm sorry about it.
Hmm. About what?
Not telling all of you. Pawnee and Latriciania.
That. Still gotta have to give you a beating on the head for that, but hey, I'm alright with it.
Yeah, yeah.
But hey, you sure you're okay? You don't gotta say like, yes, I'm feeling alright. You can say no.
To be honest, I don't know. You're you're right about, you know, what they what these things are used for. But I don't want to fight
But
my people. But I also don't.
you don't want to fight them, and you don't want to kill them either, huh?
But it's not. He looks up. It's not
Well,
fair. It's not fair of me
no,
to
life.
say that, but they've hurt all these other people.
Yeah. Well, she looks. She fully looks at Crow. Well, she said, "Well, life ain't fair, Crow." But
Yeah, but
but she holds up a hand. But that doesn't mean we should make it like unfair as we continue on. We can make it fair. Fair for the future. Fair for generations. And you don't have to kill your people. You can just off their legs, cut them at the stump. You don't have to kill them. Break their legs, or take away their guns and stuff, and then say no, go.
hmm,
You don't have to kill them.
he kind of thinks. Hmm, is that fair though?
I mean, truth be told, I don't know either. But we don't have no choice but to fight.
He nods. Right.
Yes, but bro, remember, you don't have to kill them and just incapacitate. You can also use your words as well. Tell them that, tell them the truth. Tell them we ain't so different, them and us.
Hmm. But
You know?
that he kind of looks at you. There's a little bit of like a glimmer when you say that, but then it kind of like darkens a bit, and he kind of looks down. He's like, "But that puts all of you in danger."
Honey, babe, fuck off, okay? I would say that respectfully. We always get put in danger. We intentionally get into danger for many other people, all right? That
Yeah,
doesn't
but
mean yet, huh? Huh? No,
no, go ahead.
okay? I know. Look, I'll let you finish, but we go into the line of fire for the good of the people. Yeah?
Right?
That doesn't yes. But that doesn't mean that, that we're gonna be in danger all the time. Okay? So if you're thinking whatever you want to do, you know what to do. And I'll back it. I'll back it up 101%.
Hmm.
Believe you me.
What I want to do. He's kind of thinking.
Yeah. What do you want to do? And as she says that, I want to I think I'd let the other voice inside me like try and convince the other in Crow to
Hmm.
see what they want to do.
Ooh, what it says. Are you gonna let it? You gonna see if you can invoke a reaction?
Yes.
Okay. Roll me a. Okay, just roll me a sanity check, please.
Yes. Mm. But also, I like to hear what Crow is saying
Mm-hmm.
as I do it. I would say like, "What do you want to do?"
Mm-hmm.
She says, "Mm,
All right.
"You want to kill them? You want to incapacitate them, or you want to do both?" There's never one or the other. There's always the in between. A third, a fourth, and a fifth option you can do.
Ooh, all right. Pretty good. Pretty good.
23.
I forgot sanity was your actual good one. Um,
Oh,
So you feel like a tinge of something kind of within your chest as you speak this out. And then faintly, even though your spiritual senses aren't the best, you feel some type of like shift in Crow's, not necessarily his posture physically, but something about his soul kind of changes. But you're not really sure what.
yeah.
Crow kind of like
Uh,
sits there for a moment thinking, you can see.
yeah, but also I would like to. Hmm. What to do?
I
As I
wanna.
speak with Crow, could I let? Oh,
Oh, go ahead. He was gonna say something, but go ahead.
no. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, Crow. Sorry.
He says, I wanna talk to them.
Talk to them. Yeah.
I know what
What you got?
want to do, but I want to hear something first.
Like what?
I want to find the source.
And what do you want to do to the source?
His eyes kind of flare up for a second when he looks over at you. There's a ambition behind his eyes, an intent.
Yeah.
And you hear just faintly the words harvest for a moment, and then he kind of says, I want to stop it at the source.
When he says that, what does the other one say?
That was the
Is it?
word.
And I say
It was the word harvest,
harvest.
is what you heard.
Harvest. Harvest. Hmm. Himiko will look pensive at that, like, huh,
But then
really?
he kind of answered. He said, "I want to stop it at the source." So he says,
Yeah. Himiko looks pensive at that, but accepts it and say, hmm, you sure you don't want to do anything else? Anything else?
"Not until I hear the answer."
Hmm. Even if it's like anticlimactic, unsatisfactory.
It'll be enough. I just need to know.
Hmm. Now, so I'm gonna be truthful here.
Hmm?
I want to ask you something about what she points at a chip. What's in here?
He kind of looks
What
up
do
and
you
nods.
what do you and the other one wants to do?
Hmm. I I feel like after everything that's been happening, I've kind of been getting pulled around in a lot of directions, and
You don't want
I
you don't want to be
finally
jerked around no more.
not that I there's a lot to think about. There's a lot of people I've met, a lot of things I've experienced these last 2 years or so, from taking down Dare and Preach to he kind of blushes a bit and kind of says, meeting all of you.
She smirks at that.
Mm.
Yeah.
To finding out that the nation I thought I had kind of looked past, and now I'm looking at it on fire again, it seems, and I'm feeling this burning feeling in me. And
Mm.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I hate it. But I know I have to do something. I don't. At first, I thought maybe I just don't. Maybe I just stop what I'm doing. But it's not right, and it's not what I want. I don't think it's right to run like that. I made weapons like these. Many people have, and you're right. They're not all used in the same ways that Retribution and others use them. But I know that they're being used to harm people like me, but I think it wasn't until now maybe it's just because it's more directly people from where I'm from that we've been doing that for a while. We've been lucky enough it's been people that I don't have to think too much about, and people that are pretty bad, you know what I mean.
Respectfully, fuck off. In chat.
What happened?
No, above board.
Oh.
Sorry,
No,
I was just laughing when Ibiko, like internally laughing when Ibiko said.
Oh, okay.
I
I was like,
respectfully fuck off.
it was
But,
a
yeah.
very solid line for that, I will say. But anyway, he just kind of nods. He's like,
Yeah.
he kind of thinks, so yeah, I guess the only thing that comes to mind now is I want to find the source of it. Because I think if I can find the source of it, maybe I can stop it.
With words or...
If words don't work. He kind of gives you a look, and there's that sound of ambitious burning in his eyes again. Then whatever.
Yeah, and when
and he just nods.
when
then
he
whatever
sees
it
it
takes.
as well.
I know you're feeling
Whatever
the
it
same
takes.
thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But we'll go easy on them, just to say.
He
But
nods.
if they don't want to see reason, then he looks at him like with a meaningful silence.
He nods, and he
Eyes
says,
burning with eyes burning with the same ambition and bloodlust in them.
"It's only fair."
Mm-hmm. It's only fair. Now, well, besides that heavy shit, how's it been going since we last saw you guys?
Well, outside of this thing arriving, I guess, late, I don't really know much about it. I've been kind of absorbing myself and learning about it, and it's a lot to take in. Before he says anything about that, we're gonna cut over to Latricia and Apani real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Apani.
Hello.
Hello. So, Latricia, she's been glancing over every now and again. You've been noticing as you've been looking at certain things on Glint and maybe asking Nameless a few questions about, like, what does this do, etc. She kind of, like, eventually stops just glancing and she's like, Apani, can I talk with you for a moment?
Sure. Oh.
She'll kind of put her console down for a second and look. When we activated Nameless before, did you feel anything odd?
I felt closer to you than I have before.
Closer. So
I wouldn't
that's...
necessarily say it's odd.
She kind of thinks. So that's the way you describe it. Yes, I think that fits. You can see she's kind of thinking about something a bit. I wonder if this was Lashishka's design plans, or if this is something else.
That's a good question. Is there a way we could find more information?
We might be able to ask her when we meet with her later, but... She looks over. Nameless, do you know if this was in the design parameters for you? And Nameless kind of like comes on the comms and you hear it. I am unsure. Or, I am unsure. Is what it would say. You're unsure. That's odd. Don't you
Nameless is never unsure.
know most of the things about yourself? I mean, I guess without your name. And Nameless kind of responds. There are things in my system that would, how would I put it, exhibit in a black box of sorts. I cannot necessarily access this information unless the required actions or circumstances have been activated or inputted to me.
What required circumstances would you need?
I cannot answer that.
Okay.
This is just like, that's strange. Did Lashishka put these in? No, they are from long ago. Thanks. long ago. Right, you were recovered, weren't you? And then repaired.
Who originally created Nameless?
She kind of looks at you a bit kind of quizzically. I thought it was Drake and the guild. But I guess they're the only ones that repaired it. That means the original design might have been from someone else.
Hmm. We should do some research on that.
Yes,
See
you
what we can
should.
find.
Maybe the Shishka might know more. She kind of thinks.
What she does. She always knows more than she says.
She does. But if she hasn't mentioned anything about it, that means she might not know everything she wants to know about it yet. At least it's something worth us knowing. Maybe we might find something she doesn't. Besides that
Yeah.
point, she kind of looks over. She kind of looks tentatively over at the Quan unit over there. You can see Imiko and Crow having a conversation about something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm worried about Crow.
Same.
I feel like he's taking things harder after, everything that
Yeah.
we talked about, the summit and the recent attacks.
It's understandable. It's a lot going on. Especially just with my mom and everything. But
Right,
also overall.
right, she kind of thinks. I wonder if... I don't know if there's anything... She kind of just looks a bit down. I want to help him, but I don't know how.
Well, if you don't know how, I feel like the best thing we could do is ask.
She kind of her ears perk up, looking over at you.
Yeah. We should ask him.
Maybe. Yeah, that might work. Sorry, I'm still not always the best at all of this stuff.
You're fine.
Oh, right. Actually, kind of thinks. I think we both might struggle at that a bit.
Yeah. I definitely do.
She kind of thinks. I felt a bit of it, actually.
Oh. Interesting being so close. It's
Yeah.
different.
I wonder if it's due to your existing psionic capabilities. If maybe that's why?
Could be.
I'm
I don't
honestly
know.
surprised, but it's not an unpleasant feeling. I mean, at least not with you. It's just different.
You think Crow and Imiko had the same experience?
I wonder, there's a chance.
Hmm.
It's interesting. I don't think this existed before. When I used the Pearl unit, I've been in a Pearl unit with Crow and, others before, but this link it didn't feel like we were both connecting to just a system. It felt like we were both connecting to each other.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I wonder if something new was added that may have changed some things?
I wonder about that, yeah. Actually, I wonder if this... She kind of thinks, I think it might be due to them being vanguards. Something about their
That's interesting.
systems being unique might cause it. Maybe the severity of it. She kind of thinks, looking at, you can see she's looking at Nameless' system or console.
It's fascinating.
Well, outside of the technology stuff, going forward, she looks over at Imiko and them. I have a feeling that Crow's going to be taking a lot on himself. I want to help him shoulder that.
I want to help him as well. Do you want to go over and talk to him?
She kind of looks over.
Maybe we could both talk to him and ask how to help.
Yeah, I would like that. But I also want to ask if you're doing alright. I know we, linked and everything, but I felt that you're maybe a bit presumptuous of me saying this, but I felt like you were holding a lot back. Not in the fight, more like mentally and internally, emotionally.
I mean, there's always a lot going on.
I guess.
It's not like you can necessarily focus on everything while there's a lot going on, though.
Well, now we have a moment to breathe, so do you want to talk about it?
Um, I don't know. I've been thinking a bit about like my family and where I'm from lately.
Nelfnir, you mean?
Yeah.
Hmm. I think Lyshishka said she was looking into it. I imagine if she does find anything important, she will send it to you.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess that was a feeling I also had. She kind of thinks for a minute. I can tell you're not exactly the most. Well, I guess the emotion I got was a bit confused as it pertained to her. Seemed like you were very upset with her. She kind of chuckles. But I. It feels like there was something else, not necessarily agitation, confusion, discomfort, unknowingness, maybe?
Yeah, I don't exactly fully understand how I feel about her right now.
Have you
I don't know.
tried talking with her? I know she's a bit standoffish and a bit married to her work, but she can actually be quite insightful when you talk with her.
Yeah.
She's actually the one that kind of got me started out of my shell. You know, at least until I met Crow. She kind of smiles.
Nice. Maybe I should give her a chance.
Though, I don't think she was the main one that I felt something for. I can tell there's other things bothering you as well. Is it about, Brew and Titus?
Yeah, no, they've been on my mind too.
Yeah, they've been on mine too as well. She kind of looks to the side.
How are you feeling about everything?
I feel like I was upset initially, I guess. It's crazy. I guess it's a bit odd coming from the former COS person, but
It's
I
not odd.
honestly I don't actually distrust Brew at all, really. I feel like he's kind of. I'm worried that he might try to do something dumb because he feels like it would help us, but it might hurt him. And I don't want him to
I feel
needlessly
like,
do that alone. I want him to ask for us to help him.
hey, I feel like he would run out into a fight injured.
Yeah, I was getting that as well when he was trying to get out of bed. I think that was when my initial upsetness and concern, well, I guess, upsetness at what he might have been doing, switched probably more towards concern, because with what Lyshishka said to us, and the fact that even Kaya hugged him after everything, I guess I just don't feel like I can be angry at him.
Fair. I feel like originally I was more angry, but it's starting to simmer. Just
He's,
simmer down, I suppose.
especially after I heard his answer for why he decided to leave the Retribution.
Yeah. I suppose maybe he's not necessarily going to betray us, but I still, I don't
Apprehensive
know, I
about
still
him?
feel some type of way. Yes.
I don't think that's wrong. He did technically betray our trust.
Yeah.
But I think that he'll at least just try to earn it back. I just don't want him to do it in a stupid way.
I agree. But I feel like he's going to try to do it in a stupid way.
She sighs. He is. Honestly, though, I think it'd be wrong of me to judge him there, too. I was gonna leave at some point for a bit, remember? Without telling you all. I
Yeah.
had it in my mind that it'd be better if nobody cared. Because then if something happened, no one would think about me.
Maybe you were just being too hard on yourself.
which is why I don't want Brew to do the same.
Understandable. Maybe we should talk to Brew a bit later?
Maybe. But that's the easier one. Titus is the harder one. She kind of thinks.
I don't trust him.
She kind of says. She kind of like thinks. She's like, I felt that too. Especially after he. She kind of looks down a little bit after he went and met with them. Why do you think he did that? Do you think he was trying to get information from them?
I mean, he could have been, but I feel like they also know not to be trusted.
I'm reminded of what during our fight. I know you didn't hear it, but I was talking with the other pilot, Talus.
Mhm.
Or at least they were talking at me. I wasn't really answering much. Call it a, we'll say, a factor of being in the COS. Usually not providing additional information that could, I guess, be used against you. But the way it was interesting. Talus didn't seem. I assume that was who Talus is. Or was it Talus? Yeah, Talus is, based on what he's told us, but I thought that I'd almost describe it as he was almost making excuses for what they were doing.
Yeah, like he wasn't. He didn't take any accountability.
Not just Talus, but it sounds like, or not sorry, not just Titus, but Talus as well. It seemed they. I wouldn't say they were alike in the exact same way, but the manner that pilot was speaking was. I almost feel like there's something there.
What do you mean by that? Can you explain?
I don't. She kind of thinks, kind of puts her hand like under her chin. It's hard to put it into words, but have you ever heard of, how would I put it, battlefield language? The term.
Can I roll the
Yes, you can.
recollection?
This could be a recollection, or it can be a knowledge. Oh fuck! What would this be? Knowledge local regal, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, either or. It's a battlefield language.
Hmm. Um. I'm gonna roll knowledge local regal.
Cool. Guessing it's your higher one.
Yep. I rolled a 7.
Damn. You heard the word, but you don't know what it's in reference to, really.
Could you explain the Trisha?
She kind of nods. She's like, certainly. She kind of gives you a smile. Battlefield language, it's an old term, but it's used, it might have different names depending on the culture. In Dogma, for instance, we call it the, how we call it? The fury of, the fury of words. I'm trying to think of the other places that call it differently. It's anyway. The name's not as important as what it means, I guess. Usually, it refers to a type of almost conversation that's illustrated within battle itself. For instance, there's some in Dogma, where I'm from at least, they believe that you can feel the intent and the heart of one within the blade they use. For instance, when you draw and when you cross blades, in a way, it's one of the truest forms of speaking to one's heart. It's a little bit romanticized, yes, but I don't know. I wasn't really a firm believer in any of that at all, really. But maybe it's just being in Nameless or just the situation. I felt sorrow. When I was crossing blades with that Talus individual in the black and red Gadab unit. I don't know if it was directed towards anything in specifically, but I did notice every now and again they would glance over at Neo. I think they were being somewhat watchful of them, maybe concerned, especially when they activated that whatever they activated. Actually, I was gonna note, Nameless, have you been able to ascertain what that was? Nameless kind of speaks up. I believe Miss Balin has done has gotten some results after Gwendolyn hacked into Neil's unit. However, I am unaware of the specificities of its capabilities. I can confirm it is a special system, specifically designed for those units. However, I believe that there is some drawbacks, significant drawbacks potentially to it. Letitia kind of cocks her head. In what ways? Based on the overclocking of the unit, I believe that there is an extreme amount of heat burn rates within the unit's core, most likely causing direct damage to the unit itself, or at least its core. However, that might be over a prolonged period of time, not one that would matter. And it also, if I would imagine, would probably have some type of automatic shut-off switch, which could be manually overwritten.
Interesting.
Could we hack it potentially? Most likely, but we would need to be able to link into the systems for long enough to do so. Past that, I would be more worried about the other potentials of the system. She kind of looks other potentials as in, considering that there is most likely the unit is generating a lot of heat and excess energy. It seems to be using that in its weaponry, but I don't believe that is the main purpose of the system. In fact, I believe that is just merely a byproduct. I believe it is doing something else, most likely within the pilot itself. However, I do not have the information that I would need from Balin or Brish to figure out what that could be. Though they do have the information from what Miss Balin has told me.
Patricia, maybe we should talk to Jalen as well?
She nods. Yes, actually, I think she did say something about her going through the notes of what Gwendolyn had. So, I think that they might actually be wanting to talk with us all about it soon.
Sounds good. Be good to get more information on this. Mac.
She nods. Right, we should probably know what we're up against.
We should.
You're gonna so well, looks like all the checks are done with Nameless.
That's good. Do you want to maybe talk to Kurt and Emiko now?
She nods. I think that'd be nice.
Agree.
Oh, I guess, did you want to talk to... It seemed like you wanted to talk to someone. I felt it after the combat, but maybe just a lingering sense. Did you want to talk with the Memorem people?
Yeah, I did want to talk to them. I could talk to them a bit later.
Okay.
I'm not necessarily in a rush.
She nods. She'll jump out of the Nameless unit. Kind of look up as you're kind of I imagine, jumping down too.
Yep.
And then she'll call over around this time, Emiko, you'll hear Latricia say, Crow, Emiko, we want to talk with you about something.
Apani
just kind of waves.
Yeah, you see in the background, you see a small hand, waving in the background. And you hear, ah!
Crow's...
Hello.
Yeah. Crow will pop his head up.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. He stretches a bit. And he's like, yeah. He's like, is something up? You wanted to talk with us? Sure. He looks over at you, Emiko. I think we're good with the Quan stuff here.
Oh? What you need?
No, I mean, we're good. We're done.
Oh, we're done. I thought. Oh, wait.
Yeah,
Hold on.
everything's
She
pre-flight
looks.
checks and everything's ready. So if we need to go ever at the moment, at least, Quan's fine.
That sounds good. She looks towards the console and she'll ask, Guardian, see anything up the code up here?
You hear nothing at the moment. Everything seems to be working at least 90% operation.
Great. Then I'll leave. I'll leave you to it as she like hops out.
Understood. Gray will fly
Yep.
down as well. Patricia and Napani will walk over. And Gray's like, so, what do you want to talk about? And Patricia kind of looks over.
Yeah.
We just wanted to check in on you.
Hmm?
See how you were holding up with everything.
He kind of looks over and he's like, scratched behind his back of his head a bit. I'm doing, better, I guess.
Good.
Even like he feels, a crow will feel like a burning sensation, like someone's like staring like daggers at him, or like a side eye glance.
I mean,
Like as if saying,
go ahead.
yeah, saying, tell them,
Um,
tell them.
I haven't been feeling the best actually.
Yeah.
How can we help?
He looks over and it's like, help? Gonna think. I'm. I mean, I'm. I want to talk with the Retribution people.
Okay, that sounds good.
I just want to confirm something. What was that? Sorry.
Oh no, you're all good. I feel like with the Retribution people, I feel like a lot of them don't necessarily understand the full story. And
Yeah.
I don't think they're necessarily a lost cause. Like, I feel like they've lost hope in a way.
Patricia kind of nods to that. Yeah, and Kuro kind of says, yeah, lost hope.
Lost hope, or trying to find that hope to ignite it. Well, why don't you? You look at Crow. Why don't you try and reignite?
He looks over at
Who
me.
knows?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not really sure I can do all that, but
Yeah, you can do more. You can do more than what you think you can do. You know that?
We're here to help and support you.
Like we always do.
kind of nods. He's like, thanks. All of you, thanks.
Done.
He looks up. He's like, I want to know why they want to. I want to know what they want.
I feel like I
Yeah.
got a little bit of idea, but I feel like we could talk to them more directly and get more information.
He nods.
So we can get a picture.
Yeah. I
Mm.
have a feeling I know
Oh.
the answer. But I have another feeling
Well.
that it's not just one. And he'll start walking. Like.
Yeah, as she like follows in step with like Fro, I think she like remembers something and she'll respond with, "Hey, did you ever talk with your mom?"
I did not. I didn't get the chance, but
she stopped you there. She stopped you by pulling your pants. What? What do you mean by that?
I just haven't had the chance.
When she like try to like respond, I think Imako will just like jump up and like grab him by the shirt, and she'll like look him down, like stare him down, and say, "Before you do anything, go ask your mom how you're doing, and ask her how she's doing, how she's feeling, and tell her you love her. You got that?
Yeah,
Go
I
wait by
understand.
the jail, right?"
Okay.
Yeah.
He like Walko is like, okay, he's gonna head over to the bridge area. Latricia kind of looks over at you, Emiko, and she just kind of gives you like a knowing, like affirmative, like a nod of approval.
Hey, someone has to say.
Mm.
As she
Indeed.
like,
Good on you. She gives you like a head pat.
you know, you should also do that as well. She like gives you like a little side eye as well. You can, she can feel like the burning. She can feel the burning as well.
What do you mean? Who I should call who?
No, you should ask Crow how he's doing.
I will. I mean, it's not. It's more of just.
You can feel like she can feel the burning of the gaze of Himiko.
She kind of just thinks. I guess I struggle sometimes with it, even if I do have the feeling for it.
Yeah, well, that happens, I guess. Yeah, I'll leave it off to you, but you gotta have to spend some time with Crow. You know, I spend my times a lot with Crow. Like as you can see, you should definitely do it.
She kind of thinks. She looks over at you,
Because
Apani, for a moment, and she
I'm
kind of
here for
mhm.
support.
thinks.
Not only that, he like says loudly, but not like anyone could hear it.
Yeah.
He gives Trish a knowing look. Besides that, me and Apani were second, third. Meanwhile, you know him in and out. He gives a
She
sly
blushes
smirk.
when you say that. She just kind of looks down. Up a bit.
Yeah, inside and out.
Um.
I think you should probably go tell him how you really feel. Yeah, once we're done with this.
She kind of nods.
I agree.
Yeah, she looks to Apani. You agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of thinks. She says.
Anyway,
So,
we should probably go.
right.
Oh, go ahead.
As she can talk while you're walking, but she'll just say, "So, about what you were talking about with Crow. What did he say?"
He's conflicted about how he wants to go about dispatching uh, these this group, the Retribution.
She nods. He's thinking about not wanting to kill them, isn't he?
Yeah, but I told him about a third way of doing it. You know.
Third way. She kind of looks over at you as you're walking.
What's the third way?
Yeah, third way. We can always just break their legs and stuff, leave them alive. He gives like a little grin.
Which
You're
she kind
right.
of chuckles a
Like,
bit. I guess
Yeah,
non-lethal.
but
There are non-lethal ways of dealing with some situations, but what if the situation
yeah,
calls for it?
yeah, but for real though, I think he'd probably be good at talking, despite him being, shy and introvert. He looked at Trish, like kind of like you. No offense.
She nods. If Crow doesn't want to kill, or wants to try to avoid it as much as possible, then I want to do everything I can to make sure he doesn't have to do that, or doesn't have to kill.
Hmm. Yeah, but we have to go and remind the crew, the rest of the team about this, though. Especially, she looked at funny Titers.
well, Curtis's opinion on this is not really necessary.
And Tisha nods
Well,
to you.
technically,
She kind of says, "I agree."
He's still part of the team, though.
He is.
Yeah.
But I think that this is more important. Honestly, I feel like this is more of a decision for all four of us.
No, I don't have
Sure.
an
It's
issue.
not like. I mean, we should be brought up to the team though, just to make sure.
We can tell them, but I feel like Crow should probably be the one to tell them, and I don't think he's gonna hide it.
Yeah.
Well, if he does hide it, then I'll give him good butt whacking, if in case he does.
Just a little nice encouragement.
Yeah. It is his
Yeah,
first
that,
for the day.
what do you mean? That is my nice encouragement.
Yes, I know, but
Nicer
nicer.
encouragement.
She rolls her eyes at that, but she concedes that. Fine, fine, fine. I'll be nicer.
At this point, you guys have gotten to the holding area. You can see there's like a an entrance to like a main hall where all of the rooms are, and you can see that there are two guards, guild guards, kind of keeping the area protected. They kind of look and see all of you. At first, they kind of stop for a second, like they kind of stop you, but then they kind of look you up and down, and they see your guild insignia, and notice that you are special officers, and they kind of nod. And one of them will say, "Are you going to? Are you trying to speak with the prisoners?"
Yes.
We will about to soon. We're waiting for someone. We will be waiting for someone else while we do.
Understood. However, Miss Lyshiska, we are under direct orders from Miss Lyshiska to only let special personnel in. However, I believe you are. She kind of looks at you. Imiko, Latricia, and Apani, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
One of them
We
kind
are
of.
special forces.
Yeah, one of them looks over and they're looking at something. You can see like they pull out like a sheet and they're reading something like. All right, then. Yes, you're permitted to come through. We apologize for the inconvenience.
No, good. All good, my good man.
You aren't the first
Fine.
ones to try to show up here. We had to be sure.
Oh yeah, who?
Who else?
Some
Sorry.
of the other Memorem's aboard. That are currently aboard.
Mm,
Or,
ah,
she kind of nods. I don't. I don't mean to suggest this as a way that they are turncoats or any type of thing. They were people that came with us from the Icon Fall, and Tahari sacrificed himself to get them out. I don't think they would betray his trust that way. I mean it more that I think a lot of Memorans that are working with us are confused, looking for clarity on everything. I wish I could give
we
them
understand that.
that clarity, but unfortunately at the moment, until other interrogation personnel is here, our job is merely to guard them. She sighs. Anyway, sorry, continue, and they will open the door for you.
All good. Thank
Should
you.
we wait for Crow?
If
We can wait for him inside.
Yeah, one of them
We
says,
can wait for him.
if you would like, if Crow is coming, we already know about Crow. If Crow is on his way here, then we will just simply let him in once he arrives and tell him that you are in.
Of course.
Okay.
And yeah, you guys can walk in. It is a long, slightly wide hallway with you can see there's it's not the I say not long. It's not the longest hallway. Sorry, it is wide. But it is about
Wide.
it's basically a hallway separated into like I'd say there's like three cross sections or perpendicular sections, and each of those kind of they have like a different spot that goes into like different rooms. So you guys kind of walk by. Most of the rooms are actually not filled. Like this, it could hold more, but you only captured like maybe 8 people. So most of them are towards the back. But as you get over there, you can hear someone's like, someone kind of just looks. You hear a voice say, "If you think that feeding us your damn food is going to make us start talking or something, we have another thing coming." Another one's like, Augusta, please just stop trying to be difficult. We're not exactly in the situation where we can. And they notice like, who's approaching. One of them's like, you can hear someone say, "You're not the, you're not the feeder. Who are you?" "Special officers." And then you can see someone. One of them kind of speaks over, and they will say, "What's his name?" By the way, I redid the names because I didn't like the original ones I chose. So
Yeah. What, you mean Trellis?
yeah, Trellis is fine. I feel like I would mix it up. The other two are the ones I messed up. Like I felt like the names were like so they were very for me they were forgettable. So Their names are now replaced as Deceit, I believe. I should say not. They weren't forgettable. I forgot them, is what I mean to say. That is a more accurate term. So Tasai and Andrea are the two pilots that you know, Apani, and then the commander, Trellis, still has his name as Trellis.
Is one of them the one that I ripped out of their mech and carried?
Oh, that's another one I didn't actually get the name of. What would we like to name him? Um, hmm. How about... I need a name.
Kai?
Kai. Cool. There we go. His
My
name...
name's rhyme now.
That's fine. Kai. So...
Oh yeah, what about the one that I also ripped out of the no, not ripped out, more like willfully stepped onto my mech's hand.
give me a name.
Let me just check.
One that's Apani and Latricia. I'm putting notes down for this so I don't forget. Latricia on in their hand.
Maybe you like go with Krona.
Corona. Huh, that's funny. There is actually a person named Corona. That
Yeah, maybe yeah.
Not
Oh, yeah.
Corona.
Yes,
Not
their name
Corona.
is you know what? We're gonna name them Liam. There we go. Liam.
Not fucking Liam again.
Wait, is there already a Liam? Am I wrong?
There's been two Liams.
Are you serious? Alright, not Liam, fuck. How about what's the name? What's a letter I haven't used for a good name as a name for a while?
Chai? It rhymes.
Like chai tea?
No, like shy.
Shy.
Like
Shay.
not
How
spelled
about
like
Shay?
S-H-Y.
Shay, there you go. We're gonna go with Shay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I spelled that wrong. Is Shay S-H-E-Y or E-A?
Yeah,
A-E?
A-E?
A-Y.
A-Y.
Yeah,
I
Shay.
think to spell that.
S-H-A-Y.
My brain was
S-H-A-Y.
thinking like Shea Butter, and I don't remember how that's spelled.
Oh, S-H-E-A.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but... Say... No, I'm not gonna call them Shea Butter. Shay.
Shea butter.
Yes, this... This is the one Emiko...
I can't believe it's not butter.
Yeah, Emiko... Grabbed... In last combat. Okay, I'm putting notes about who they were.
Yeah, not the pilot, but more like the mech. I remember that.
Yeah, you, Okay, so, the one who was first talking, we're gonna say was Shay. The other one that answered initially that recognized you weren't the same, that you weren't the people there to feed them, was Andrea. This is the pilot of the one that you, remember, Apani, the pair that you were fighting? That still had their units? This was one of them, Andrea. And then Kai has not said anything, and neither has Tasai or Trellis yet. But I guess you wouldn't see. Trellis hasn't necessarily revealed himself yet, but the others you can see kind of at the corners.
Okay.
And they one of them kind of looks over. You would hear Shay kind of sit up and say, kind of looks over and sees you, Emiko. He's just like, you're the one that caught me.
Yes, I'm the one who caught you. Give a little smirk.
She kind of just throws up her hands. Can't believe I got outdid by a little kobold.
Kitsune, actually.
She just props herself on her bed and just, like, ignores you. She just seems upset.
Okay.
She grumbles. Andrea kind of, like, sits up, and she's like, so what reason do you have to come here? Are you our interrogators, then?
Yes, we're going to break your legs, probably saw off your arms, maybe even interrogate you with a gun in your mouth.
You can
Yes,
do
all
your
that
worst. We're not
gruesome
going to
torture.
speak. She like leans back. You can do your worst. We're not going to speak.
Yes, we're about to do insidious. Isn't that right? She's like playing it up so hard right now.
Of course, but Apani says this while laughing.
And Trisha's kind of like
Yes.
she's debating how badly she wants to go into the bit, and she kind of like thinks for a minute, and she's like, yes, we're here to interrogate you. She looks over at you like Himiko, like, is that like kind of the like, is that what we're going with? Like confused.
No.
Oh,
No, that's for the shit ones, but not for there. Don't worry.
okay. She kind of leans back. All right. And one of them kind of looks over, and they look at Latricia like, Tasai kind of says, she doesn't seem like the interrogating type.
Oh, believe you me, she is, and you can.
She just kind of Latricia kind of looks over. I'm happy you think that I'm so, I guess, appealing. She kind of
Yeah, very appealing indeed.
and he kind of looks over. He just kind of scoffs. He's like, "So if you're not here to beat us, what are you here for?"
Like you said, interrogating. We want answers.
Actually curious. Um, what life do you plan to go back to after the retribution or after all of this is over? What future do you plan on having?
When it decides like, you think I'm going to answer, and then immediately, Kai on the Kai who's like been looks like he's just been chilling in the corner of one of the rooms, just kind of like, I think I would like to go see that lass back in Toronto. Indeed.
Uh,
Hmm.
how big are her tits anyway?
He kind of says, quite pleasing. And you can hear
Nice.
Shay and Andrea just like, fucking dog. He's like, I was answering honestly. Anyway. Yes, I think I'll go
Nice.
back to a
I like
pleasant life.
I like this one already.
I mean, the plans for the future are good. I mean, unless the rest of you were just expecting to die after this. What
There is for a
do you
moment, there's
plan
an
on
interesting silence when you say that, but go ahead.
I say, what futures were you actually planning on having?
Kai kind of says, I was not planning on dying. That's the reason I got out of my suit when I was, well, maybe not got out of my suit, more like grabbed out of my suit, but still. He kind of looks over at you and Latricia Opani. But one of the other ones says, Andrea says, what does it matter?
So do you have no hope for the future or something?
She kind of leans over and then she like gets closer to the bar. She says, I mean, why does it matter to all of you?
I was just curious. What do you hope to have after this?
You didn't
Do
seem to
you
care
hope
when
to
you were
have
cutting through us earlier.
I
I
mean,
mean, you
technically,
attacked
most of
me.
you are still alive. Technically,
Yeah.
most of you are alive. Yeah.
The DM counting on his hand. How many people died that last count? I'm trying to remember.
No,
Off the
most
top
of
my
them I
head.
think are still alive. We
Yeah, I
have
think
some
most of them are. I know 5 of them are dead. No, wait. No, it's only 3 because 4. 2 with Balin that ran away that you killed with that last tail shot, and then there were 2 that you killed. I think, or was it 1 that you killed? No, it was 2. Pana, you killed with the tail. That Rogue was. So yeah, it was 4 died. So yeah, you're right. Most of them are
So
alive still. But yeah.
yeah, so Imiko will say, hand over her my condolences about what happened to your. Did I hear that right? Sister, brother? You said, or their names anyway.
When she looks livid when you say like when you talk about it like that. But you can see that Shay kind of like walks over and she's like, Andrea, calm down. They're just trying to get a rise of you out of you. She's like,
Oh, but no, I am not trying to get it right. I'm genuinely want to know what their names were.
she just kind of grumbles for a minute. She looks like she is. What's your passive moods?
My passive mood. Good question.
I
Because
need
she's
to
probably
know.
about to
It's a
start 11.
it's a fucking 15. Okay, hold on, let me check.
Mine's
I know
11.
it's 11. Wait, hold on, let me check
Wait, you
mine.
know
It is.
yours is 11?
It's a 14.
Huh.
Yeah, so passive is a mood for 14.
All right.
What do I perceive?
15. You said.
Oh,
You
14. No.
14. You said 14. She
Yeah.
is very like Andrea specifically seems very much like rigged to blow. Like she seems very upset and I'd almost say like in a tearful anger type feeling. You can see her kind of like shaking, holding the bars. Shay doesn't seem as perturbed in the same way that she is. Like she's obviously annoyed that like they're captured, but she's not like this. Like Andrea seems just like distraught, and like ready to like yell at you, but Shay is kind of holding her back. And the other, you said that you wanted to know the names of the ones that died, right?
Yeah.
You will hear Trellis from who seems to be sitting down on his bed and kind of he's been like meditating. You almost see now as he speaks. Their names were George, Hashi, and Maltus.
George, Hashi, and Maltis. Thank you, Trellis. I do appreciate that. I'll write that
Connie
down.
looks at Emiko and just says Emiko.
What? What?
Something pissing them off is going to help you, if
Oh,
anything.
I'm not
Okay.
pissing them off. I'm more like seeing their names, just writing them down. And she's like nonchalantly like putting down the names of like the deceased in her big book.
Hmm.
George, Hoshi, and Maltus. Yes, there we go. She looks at Andreas. Andreas, what are you doing here, Andreas? uh, Andrea. She'll say, "My condolences about what happened." And then she turns her attention to Jay.
Roll me. I
Oh,
need you to roll me something when you say that. Roll me a sympathy or charm. And I want to ask, are you being sincere? I assume you are, but
being sincere despite the
beside
sarcasm
the
like laid in
sarcasm.
on it. Yeah. Okay. Well, you said charm,
Charm,
sympathy.
charm or sympathy, one of the two.
It'll be good.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh, hold on. Let me re-roll that since
No, Kitsune thing. Yeah. Yeah, let me give a.
yeah, I saw that 20. I saw that 20.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well.
Sure. Yeah, sure. 10 will be it.
All right.
1 Middling.
Whether or not your whoops, that was an accident. Whether or not your sympathies seem to get across, you're not sure. However, Andrea does seem to calm herself down. She takes a deep breath from Shay. You can see she kind of wipes her eyes a bit and just like walks back with Shay back to the bed. And they both just kind of sit down there. Trellis kind of says, "You were saying." Oops, you were saying.
Yeah. Then she turns to upon Trish.
You mean I was just like curious, like with the retribution after it's all over, you have goals in mind? I mean, One of you has some really good goals in mind. And honestly, I wouldn't want to miss on that either.
Trellis kind of thinks. I must ask, it is an interesting question to ask us. Why do you care? We
Mm.
are prisoners of war.
Oh.
Many of us will not see the light of day.
I mean, honestly, you probably have a higher chance of seeing the light of day since you kind of, you know, clear- put your hands up instead of just like continuing to shoot.
Hmm. We are, and as he says that, you can hear Crow kind of walks in and he says, "Terrorist, right?"
And there's the boy now.
Yep, and Crow at this point you can hear him walking in. There's a couple of looks from some of the other people. One of them stifles out the word. You can hear Kai kind of, not Kai. What is it? Tasai kind of says, traitors here, I guess. Crow doesn't seem to say anything to that. He just kind of keeps walking in, and he looks over.
Mm.
Trellis nods. Yes, as far as the militaries that are here to face us are sure of, we are terrorists. He looks over.
Mm.
And you? You are the Guild Union, part of a intermediary force that acts in other nations. Some might say even your actions, however, could be terroristic in a way.
Well, honestly, there's no Memorems I'm terrorizing, except for the ones who tried to attack me and my people first. So.
Yes, the so-called traitor. She looks at what was their name again? Like what was
Oh,
it?
Tasai, you mean? The guy that said traitor? They
The
called Crow
side.
traitor? Yeah, Tasai.
Yeah, yeah, the so-called traitors. As she like looked at the side. She's staring daggers at him right now.
He just crosses his arms looking at you. It's like, what is it, little kobold?
Well, technically, you also betrayed your nation as well by killing all these people back at the summit.
Those were
You do know that
unfortunate.
you do know there were memoriams amongst the people that you killed,
It's
right?
not lost on me, girl.
Right.
Haven't you killed
Anyway, she look.
more Memorems than us in the first way? Sitting here catching an attitude?
Mm-hmm.
In the
She
grand
looks at
scheme of
Crow.
things, I'm sure far many more of you will rack up a kid count more than what we did at the summit.
Oh, believe me, I think we're gonna have to lag behind you, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I don't go around shooting innocent civilians, so.
Innocent
True.
civilians. He kind of sits up. Shay's like, oh no, here he goes. This eye kind of sits.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it says, you call those people innocent civilians. They eat, laugh, and make merry, while many of our people starve to death. The
Even the
things they
more?
voted for the same people that put the policies and all the other and push all the other military organizations that ruined our nation and left us for dead for 7 years, if not more.
Even the
Ooh.
more?
Even the memorials that decided to go and become refugees, for instance.
He kind of thinks he kind of thinks. Crow kind of says, an unfortunate circumstance. Isn't that what you just said?
You know, it's kind of weird that you guys decided to go on the place, the district where there's the most homeless and also more people who were more, what was it called, against
He kind of like
against
looks.
these guys.
We would never attack them. Not like that. Whatever they told you was a lie. He's like, you can see he's actually like angry.
Oh, a lie. She looks at Crow now. You mean like the one that Crow was being taken captive of? She looks at the side now, like the ones that your leadership decided to feed you guys.
Even if Hannah looks over.
Even if
Kai will kind of sit up a bit. This is the one that was like, this is the one that said like he'll go back and meet that last. He kind of says, well, honestly, I've suspected it was a lie the entire time. You could see like Deceit kind of looks at him funny. He's like, come on now. You think that if they really had this Memorem kid, like tied up in the Raptors, he would be doing all this other stuff for them? Preposterous. No. He was assisting them willingly. I knew the entire time. And let's not kid ourselves. Most of us knew.
I need to ask above board. Can
Mhm.
I roll for mood to see if he's ass kissing?
You can roll for mood, yes.
Yeah, let me just check.
You're like, wait a second. How brown nosing is he getting?
Let me see how much brown you got on your nose.
Yeah, exactly.
13.
13. You don't actually think he is definitely playing some things up, but you actually don't think he's like being you think he's actually being kind of forthright, at least as far as you can tell. He is playing it up, but he's not you don't think he's lying, or at least he's not giving the cadence that he's lying. But he
He's saying that
continues.
he's like playing up.
Yeah, but he kind of says, but anyway, that's besides the point. We all know that we all took these jobs for a variety of reasons. And he says, and he looks over. Yes. Tasai said, unfortunate. He kind of says,
Oh.
oh, good.
No. He can like talk, but he'll like whisper to Trish and Papani. Not the like from prying ears. He'll say whisper, hey, keep an eye on this guy. I think he's laying on a bit too thick, especially when I got that guy talking.
Latricia nods. But he's like, but if you want my honest opinion, my heart, as many as the others in this room, does weep for the Memorans that lost their lives in the summit attack.
Oh, man.
But
Yeah, that is the same
Desai
I
does not
man.
lie to you. At least, not as far as I can tell. There was no intention of our group to attack the settlement. In fact, actually, from what I understand, at least, from what we heard, it seems as though there was another group that intended to attack the summit that we had, well, discovered information about before preceding the summit attack. It just so happens that your guild forces were in the area, fixing some of that before we arrived. I'll say the thing that they won't say. Thank you for that. However, you should know that you merely dealt with a symptom of the problem. Those Altus people are not going to give up with just one burning. Failed burning, mind you, but still. There will be more. And next time, perhaps they won't target an area so heavily guarded. Maybe next time they'll target a settlement that does not have as much guard detail, or loosened guard detail, as it were. He kind of stares at you a bit more intently.
Neither will we keep fighting until we burned so many.
Well, perhaps that is the way of our nation and theirs. Though some in the Retribution would happily take that, it seems, as a trade.
Oh, so you're implying that you're willing to have your nation burn just to kill these guys. You're telling me again?
Andrea kind of speaks, and she's like, "We would never say that."
Uh-huh. Right. Anyway, Apani, you were saying?
I mean, both of the groups are just gonna go back and forth and keep fighting, and civilians down, and nations down, and townships and villages. What good comes of that? Both just gonna keep fighting until you both kill each other.
Crow kind of looks, he's like, Shane was trying to find a solution for that. Yeah, looks to the side. Yeah, but I guess that's mainly what he says. Go ahead, Bonnie. That was just, he was just co-signing.
I mean, what do you hope to come from all that?
Freedom? Perhaps a little bit more space for your nation? Some a bit like retribution. She like winks at like the group at large.
What's the thing is, how are you supposed to get freedom if you're both just too busy burning each other down until there's nothing left?
Crow kind of nods.
Yeah.
She's right. What's your endpoint? What do you want out of this?
Mm,
Tasai's like, we don't need to answer to traitors like you. Crow just kind of stares him down, like not saying anything. And he just kind of looks over to the rest. Alright, he doesn't want to answer. What about the rest of you, then? They've been asking you this entire time. None of you have anything to say for yourselves?
So, yeah, leading on to that. So, none of you have a clear goal in mind. So, basically, you're all causeless without cause. No just cause and no fighting goal. And I thought you were fighting for your own dying nation.
Patricia kind of
Well,
murmurs, they're disposable.
does she say that like out like a little bit loud?
Yeah, it's heard. Yeah, it's just like they're disposable. There's a couple of like gasp in the room. Go ahead, sorry.
I was saying, is that why you all don't have any plans for the future? Because you truly believe you're just disposable in a fight with no goals, no end in sight?
Shay and Anshi's like, that's not. Desai kind of looks, no, it's not. Kai's like, bingo! That is the case. Most of us are disposable.
Himiko like raises a brow at that, so that like lets him keep talking.
Is aware that this fight really has no end goal or no win for you specifically. And the rest of you didn't realize you were even treated like you're disposable?
No, they're lying if they say that they don't. They know the score. The difference is many of them have their reasons to actually fight. I know I'm laying it on quite thick, but it is true. He looks over. Commander, do you mind? Trellis kind of says, if it will get this argument done so I can concentrate on my meditation, then do what you like. He says, affirmative.
Before he does that, I'm like, Himiko's like finally eyeing Trellis from the cage, like not letting no one notice. Could I use my paracausal energy to see what he's doing?
I mean, you can just soul sensing to see if he's doing anything.
Oh,
like a spell or something.
oh, soul sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Kuro kind of looks over to Kai. I imagine most at the moment are kind of looking at the Kai as he's about to say something. Well, as I said, don't let them lie to you. They all know the score to a certain extent. Ooh, good roll. I'll tell you what you see it since in a minute. He kind of says, they all know the score. Everyone here, he says, everyone here are either former soldiers of Memorem or civilians that were suffered under the unfortunate conditions of the civil war that the Consortium brought onto us, the ensuing conflicts brought by the power vacuum they left, or they were people that had their families destroyed during the first Rising, during the Rising War events as it was ending and the Consortium decided to pull out. Crow kind of looks down a little bit and he thinks. He's like, I imagine you, boy, are probably one that was suffered from that similar situation. Crow kind of looks at him, he's like, I can smell the burning intent, the karmic feeling. Call it a faith thing. He kind of flashes on his wrist, you can see he's got like a symbol that looks like a sun and a moon. But, besides that, things. Andrea there lost her two sisters in a bombing run by the Consortium during the push they had at the end of the Rising War. Shay there, well, she was trafficked by by a group that happened to be working with the Control Guard at the time, funneling things in and out of the Memorem. Luckily, she was saved by some Memorem forces, but yes. He kind of looks over. Shay just kind of looks at the side a little bit. Tasai there has had one of the more unfortunate situations of many of us. See, Tasai just says, "Don't speak about me." And it says,
"We'll speak about you later." But so, what about your dear commander? What's his story?
Trellis, he lost his two children. Similar, actually, to, well, one of them, I guess, I should say, but similar to Tahari, the commander of the, well, former commander of the Iconfall area. He lost his son in a raid, though, from what I understand, he lost his son during a Memorem raid on the, or a raid the Memorems were doing on a, right, it was a trafficking group. I believe their name was the Silver Lotus.
Lotus. Huh.
Crow
Interesting.
kind of like, his eyes widen a bit. He's like, then, yeah, it looks over. There's something the matter.
Hmm.
Yeah, mutual enemy, I would say. You're not a fan of the Silver Lotus, and neither am I.
But going back to this whole sob story, what about you? What's your story? Your
Ah,
story. You've been you've been harping on other people's backstories, but never yours. Care to talk out your?
sure. He he's been sitting down kind of, and he takes his blanket and he will remove it off of his legs. He has no legs coming from the knee down. It says, the guild took them. They're down the hall in confiscation. Don't worry, they're not doing anything perturbed, like not making me crawl around per se. They've provided assistance if I need it. Quite nice of them, I must say.
Yeah.
I've heard the guild services are quite
Well,
nice. But,
indeed they are. If you
yes.
want, I could issue out a wheelchair if you want.
I do not need one. It is fine. I lost
You
my
sure?
legs during a, we'll say, ancient history now, but I was attempting to help some Memorans sneak into the Consortium. The control guard found me. They did not like what I was doing.
Hmm.
They shot the family I was with and, well, blew up the vessel I was on. I lost my legs. Luckily,
Hmm.
it seemed though. I can't say that Mamoran Venetics, as I've heard, are anywhere near the Garans or something like that, but I was able to find some stilts that I could use. And it hasn't stopped me from being able to pilot an armored knight, though it did ruin many a chance I had of being a regular soldier in the Mamoran forces.
Unfortunately. Where did you get your legs anyway?
I fashioned them myself, carved out of wood. And then
Interesting.
I
Carve.
found someone that was able to give me give interesting enchantments across the connection joints of them. Gives me relatively a similar
Oh.
feeling in them. I don't have exactly the same, how would you put it, mobility, but I must say the Karmic Church, or not the Karmic Church, you would call it the Sada Church, would be quite helpful with some things.
Sada Church.
Yes, the faith of the wheel, or I guess I would say the calling the coming? Silent dusk, sorry. The silent dusk. Kuro kind of looks over. So it's like, do not worry about me. That being said, I guess I didn't answer your question necessarily. I gave you causes.
Yeah.
But you asked what we
Indeed.
all want out of this. Well, many of us do believe
Indeed.
themselves to be expendable. I myself don't, of course. But I must say, many of us, I must imagine the rest of the team, thinks that they're going to probably, even if they do die, the Memorem they're fighting for will still burn bright and rise in the sun. The karmic retribution will twist and turn, and eventually their people will have safety and integrity once more. They haven't exactly given much thought, I imagine, past that, or how that would happen. He looks over at you, Pani.
I mean, we've given much thought on how to help her.
You're speaking of Ishin. He kind of looks down.
Not even directly justicing. We've actively done things to benefit the people.
Looks over.
Indeed, we do, but hmm, interesting. So you are all. She looks at the group in the
Mm-hmm.
jail, like she looks at them, and she like thinks that she's like walking about. Her eyes, like she's not like laying and being noticed, like
Yeah.
on the trellis, but she's gonna say, "So you're all working with an organization to exact revenge on the consortium for destroying your livelihood. And here she gestures to Crow, is there to help. While meanwhile you guys are destroying that? She like raises the brow at that. You guys are just destroying without making anything of worth.
Andrea
Meanwhile,
says, "We're trying to strike back at the oppressors that have been hurting us.
and how's that going? She's like looking at them.
It was fine until the guild got involved."
Mm. You wanna expound on that more?
She kind of
Gives a
like
little grin.
turns her head to the side. Shay kind of sounds, your guild has made it quite difficult, if you can't tell."
Indeed we do. Indeed we are. And we will be continue to be a problem for you guys until you guys are in chains or in custody. No deaths. I promise you that. We all promise you that.
Andrea just says you might as well kill us if you're gonna keep us like dogs.
I mean, hey, your
What
I
was the
mean
Really?
your
point?
friends. Oh,
Oh, sorry.
sorry.
You go first.
No, you go first.
I was gonna say, well, actually, I personally have interest in keeping. I was just like, y'all kind of seem kind of hopeless in a way for your own futures. Of course, Memorem is still in the big picture. But as far as like to have families or homes or futures, you don't seem like you look forward to anything. What if you could have
Mhm.
something? Could have a safe future? Would you choose that?
Can you even go back to that life after all you've done?
Okay.
He's now looking at the. He's looking at the guy. What's his name? What was it?
Who
The
Tasai
Say?
or Trellis?
Desai.
Yeah,
And
Tasai.
Trellis, probably.
Yep.
Can you
Also,
really go back to.
go ahead, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you guys go back to being what you were? And she looks at to Lefai. Can you even grope a feel of that tit when you go back without feeling
That
a
was
little bit of
Kai.
guilt?
That was Kai, not Tasai.
Yeah,
That was
Kai.
yeah.
Yeah, retcon that.
Read down by Kai. Yeah, it's alright.
Well, imagine that. Imagine that. Like, what the fuck are you talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah. So Kai, yeah, he kind of thinks he's
Yeah.
like, hmm. Well, if the guild takes us, I have thoughts that we might get out of some things. Though we'll probably be doing labor or waiting for our own group to break us out.
Hmm. Interesting. Why would you think you'd be breaking out?
Kind of thinks. Well, some of us here, kind of looks over, are at least more important enough to be sought after. Trellis is a commander. He does have intelligence,
Hmm.
and he does have battle experience.
Yes, but unlike Trellis, I think you have the charm, don't you?
Charm, yes, of course. I was not.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm including
So,
myself with that.
She's looking up now. She's looking instead of Trellis now back to Kai.
Yep.
So a commander should also have a second in command, wouldn't you say?
Yes, yes, they should.
Yes, and I'm guessing you're it, aren't you?
Yeah, he kind of thinks, and if I was?
Well, wouldn't you be important as well?
Perhaps.
Mm.
Also, I was going to tell
But
you, your signature senses, um,
yeah.
you can detect that he is actually he's there's energy cycling around his body, but not in like a fervent way. He just seems to actually be like meditating.
Mm. Anything like suspicious? No.
No, nothing inherently.
Hint. Mm. Yeah, he shrugged at that. Hmm. But yeah. Anyway, I'm probably exhausted all what I have to say. He looks to a group. Anything
Mm.
you guys want to say?
Crow kind
And then
of
she looks.
looks over and he says, I want to know one thing. Latricia kind of looks over as well. He kind of looks like he's thinking. Latricia just kind of goes over and like puts a hand around his like shoulder and just kind of nods with him. Like, go ahead. I'm with you. Yeah, thanks. You mentioned being expendable. You mentioned your reasons for fighting. But I didn't hear a lot of reasons to live.
Mm.
I want to know. One of you answered about want something afterwards. And it's quite clear most of you didn't expect to live for this. But you did expect something better from Memorem. But none of you can answer what that better looks like outside of flowery words. He kind of looks over. Even you. He's looking at Kai. So I want to know. We all want to know. What does that look like? You can see. Some of them are thinking. Kai kind of says, I told you what that looks like. On the beaches of Taratoro with the lass I love.
Kai. I think you should let the others speak themselves. Don't you think?
He kind of like hold up his hands like, alright. Shay kind of says, the control guard in chains like they had me.
Did you want to sell them into slave trafficking as well?
I-
She tilts her head.
She looks over. I didn't say that, just...
But you want to exact revenge, isn't it? Isn't that your MO for your group?
Is that
Retribution?
wrong?
Is it wrong?
Crow kind of looks over. He's like, I don't think it's wrong, but you shouldn't be hurting innocent people, or avoiding it if you can. Charles is like, because as he says that, Charles says there are innocent people that get hurt many ways, regardless of what you do. And Crow's like, then you should limit the amount of innocent people that you're going to hurt if you can. And it says, didn't you think? And Charles kind of says, or actually, Tasai would say, and you think we have that liberty to be able to just decide that off a whim? He's like, you decided when you were attacking the summit who to target. You could have waited until your own forces were out of the way and then mounted the attack. You could have attacked the military centers, but you didn't. You wanted to enact pain. And pain on everyone. Tasai kind of looks over. And what would a traitor... And he says, a traitor like me knows a lot about it, actually. I do. He kind of thinks and looks at them. None of you... Andrea says, I just want my people to be happy again.
He looked at the others who didn't like respond.
Go ahead, Pawnee.
Well, I was going to say, if there was a choice for you to say, be free again, and go back to your beaches, city, or maybe open your own cafe or have futures and families. But you didn't work with any side, and you didn't do anything to help either side. Would you choose that?
Andrea says, I can't do that. I won't run away while my people are hurting.
But it's not necessarily running away. You could live on Memorem. I mean, you can help people, just maybe not necessarily work with the Retribution. But you could do things to improve Memoran lives. Would you choose that?
This Kai kind of looks over. He's like, "You're asking us to leave the Retribution."
Well, more like information to see. But yeah.
I'm curious if you want to have a future or if you want to die trying.
die trying while losing,
She
or
looks over.
knowing that you made an impact?
That boy knows what the answer is. We would rather die trying to have some impact. We made that decision, and that's why we did in the Retribution to begin with.
I mean,
Could I
even
make a
if you have plenty of chances. You have plenty of chances.
Mm-hmm.
You would have us
Yeah,
work with
well,
that. And she kind of like, you can see she's thinking. Crow kind of says, "Yes, that man machine that you don't like."
Also, I didn't say anything about forcing you to work with the guild or with Asheen.
mm-hmm. Yeah, we haven't. Also, if you want to die trying, you could have just killed yourself already to avoid capture.
Crow kind of nods
Yes,
to
yes,
that.
I know.
Actually, he looks over and he says, "But you didn't." Tasai just like kicks the bar and says, "I'm done talking about this shit." And he like goes and like lays on his bed.
Well, if anyone's, interested in per se having a future and living long enough to be able to improve or change something, or to die trying, let me know which choice you'd rather have.
Kai's like, "I'll
Yes,
have to
to
consider that option for you, Miss
Apani.
Abane." He kind of nods. Noted. Trillis kind of looks over. He kind of opens his eyes a bit. And go ahead.
I mean, I feel like a lot of the people that are enemies are probably enemies. I don't necessarily hate you. I just don't particularly am fond of the way Retribution goes about things. But like, if you wanted to have a future free of all of this, I wouldn't mind pulling some strings to see what I could get you.
yeah.
He's like,
She looks at.
we'll have to see, as all as all Kai says, and Latricia says, "Let's not forget that you all came with the intent to attack us here. There are many guild people that lost their lives. Even if you don't want to say you care, they were what, collateral to you as well? What about their families and the suffering they ensued?" And it kind of says, it looks of, Shay would say, "You're lecturing us about innocent civilians and such."
I mean, I've killed less innocent civilians than you. I know
I
how
mean,
many
we did save a lot of people back.
Shay
We
kind of
did save a lot
says,
of people
"But you
back
work
then.
with the initiative, and Trisha says, "Part of the consortium? No, it's the opposite way. The consortium's part of them." And she kind of says, and either way, you're still working with a group that would work with the consortium. Because shouldn't we say the same about working with Memorem too, considering things?
Don't you think the best way to improve some of the issues that the consortium causes, not just bombing and blowing up everything? Because if you do that,
Yeah.
you're just gonna piss someone off and not actually find a solution.
Crow kind of
Not only
says,
that, you can also. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, hon.
Crow just kind of speaks up and says, "Did you ever consider that you're acting the same as the consortium did 10 years ago?"
He who fights monsters tends to be the monster in the end.
"You have to watch that you don't become one." He looks over. Trellis kind of says, "That is fancy words from two that are very young. What would you know of?" He kind of looks over at you. It doesn't. Yeah, I'll tell you in a minute. But he says, "What would you two know about becoming monsters?"
She like you can
And
you can.
Apani chips in intentionally to try to fix.
No, I
Oh,
think
not.
Emiko like slowly grins at Trellis, and she will only say, "You wouldn't believe the things I've done before."
What was that, Apani?
Apani psychically communicates with. Say a word.
Do not say.
I think
Crow just kind of says, he's like, we've lived enough to know.
I mean, I myself am from Elfnir, trafficked for a chunk of my childhood. It took a long time for me to be able to even have a future.
Indeed.
Crow kind of says, "But you can find one still."
Find a meaning in living instead of dying for something that will eventually die out.
Charles says, I did not intend for them to die, which is why I surrendered and had them surrender, if that's what you're wondering.
So you do care about them.
Of
That's good.
course, they are my. It says they are my squad.
A squad, and that should be a more calling to get them to live more, live longer instead of dying for something. So
What he says, I have a question, young ones that have lived so long in their moments. What do you do as a soldier when your military has given up?
Quite frankly, never been a.
But you fought
He's
for a
talking
cause
about,
before, right?
Yes, but I've always kind of been a bit free. As
What are you fighting for now?
have a safer future.
Then that is a cause
for the
nonetheless. What do you do when the group you're with has given up?
The group I'm with has never given up.
What if they
Well,
were
Mhm.
to? What would you do?
We instill hope.
Hmm.
Because it's never.
Mhm.
Interesting. Crow kind of just says, I wouldn't stop fighting if that's what you're asking. And I'm guessing that's what you decided?
Mhm.
And it nods. To a certain extent, yes.
To a certain extent. So there is a way to actually get you guys to come around.
If you expect us to do something like abandon the Retribution and join up with the guild or whatever, no, many of us are tainted beyond that point.
No.
Don't want you to.
Tainted. Tainted. Come on, Gramps. We're all tainted in this place. Don't you kid yourself about that old soldier shit. We all seen shit.
I actually saying have to fight on either side. If you could choose to not be a soldier, that doesn't mean you can't have opinions.
When
It just
ideals
means
clash, there is fighting. It is the way
There-
of things.
But if you could choose to not live a life, be able to relax on the beach, to be able to put your feet up, to not have to worry about someone trying to kill you, would you? If you didn't have to be a soldier, at any cost, would you choose that? If you could have a future, safe future,
I told you,
but you
didn't
didn't.
I? What my goal was. Crow kind of looks
You're
over.
telling us on the. Are you telling us on the surface level?
He
Or how
looks
about
over at
underneath?
Apani specifically. Remember, young one, I told you. You asked me, what did I want out of this, or specifically, what did I expect to happen? And I asked you in turn after answering. I answered that I wanted Memorem to be standing on its better footing, to be not just peaceful but empowered, to be able to keep away the hardships that had once befell it, by force or otherwise. And you answered that you wanted something similar, but a more peaceful outcome. And I told you, if that is the way of a Sheen and that happens, even if I were to die, it seems as though either outcome leads to Memorem's prosperity, if what you believe to be the case is true.
My question for you is, would you like to live to see said?
You asked me that, yes. I would be lying if I said that I did. I do not believe that I deserve to do so, but there are others I believe that do.
Do you think
Oh,
you're
believe me. Go ahead, sorry.
You're okay? Do you think that you're undeserving of forgiveness?
That word, yes. I believe that would be the right word for it. I believe there is a few among you that have also toiled with that question. To be forgiving, or to believe you deserve forgiveness.
Who do you think you're undeserving of forgiveness from?
Many, many. But that is besides the point. I do not wish for those that are not past that point to die, and that is why I surrendered. Because they do not deserve it.
Hmm.
And it looks
But
out.
True.
curious if you could do something to improve the lives of those that you hurt, that you feel like you don't deserve their forgiveness from. But if you could do something to make amends, would you want to just so you could be at peace?
All right. I need sympathies or charms from people, or logic actually. Yeah, you
Yeah,
use a
yeah.
lot of different things
Give
here.
me
So
logic.
honestly, you could use probably
Yeah.
all three. So
Yeah,
pick your poison.
please.
None of this is a
Yeah,
lie. I can
so
tell. So misdirect or glare is not going to work here. So yeah, it's one of the other three
I know.
diplomacies. Honestly, I
So
wouldn't
So I
even
said,
really say charm. I'd say sympathy or logic probably, but charm could
um,
fall into it.
yeah.
not charm.
Nah, I'll let
But
you use
also,
charm. I'll let you use charm. I'll let you use charm.
Okay.
I think I let extrapolate on what Apollonia would say and say,
Mm.
Trellis, you already have your men, like men, women here already alive. Some of them are unfortunately passed, but you can like at least save a bit more by telling us some information. Don't worry, we're not gonna force you into anything like horrid. We just want to know, and we can probably send you off somewhere nice and clean. Nothing out there. No, yeah, no knife behind the back. Got it?
Crow,
I mean,
he
I
looks
have.
over at Crow and looks over at you, and then also Apani. Go ahead.
I was gonna say. I mean, I haven't had a knife behind my back this entire time. If I was going to kill you, I would have killed you already. Though I will
I think
say, I don't let people escape, as you've probably seen. So if you try to run, and you're like, oh, then
Imiko give Apanya a side eye that a
Like, no, no.
burning side eye like don't
but there is an option to just be free.
yeah.
Don't escape. But there's an option to be free. Be held
Ooh.
captive.
All right.
Lucky.
That was a nat 20 from Imiko. Apani.
Of course, logic
I
wins
feel
again.
It does. What'd you get, Apani?
11. It
11.
was so bad. I rolled a 2.
Mm.
Wait, can I use my tail
Yes,
to
you
like
can. You
let the
can
reroll?
use it
Let me
on other
see.
people. Yeah. Reroll again.
Yeah.
Back. I get a
Go,
reroll.
go.
I think that's your last one
again.
too.
Go again, girl.
Come on.
Make it count.
I will. That's a 26.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
All right.
All sides, baby, all sides.
So, Chalice kind of thinks for a minute. He looks at you both. Crow he kind of looks at Crow and he kind of says, "I would not expect the guild to just simply let us go."
No, they will not. We will not.
Crow kind
But
of
we will
nods.
ensure your safety.
The guild's
We will
not the.
ensure your
He kind of
safety.
says the guild's not the consortium. He
Yes,
says if
they
they
are not.
were, I wouldn't be with them.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're not here to torture and imprisonate you until you die. I'm more saying,
Mhm.
let's say you paid for your crimes, and then after a while, you got out and got to live lives and maybe got some rehabilitation.
Also, yes.
So you could have
Also,
those?
let
Would you choose that?
yes, but let Crow handle this.
And so Sai just kind of says, like, you're still talking. Crow just kind of, like, looks over but doesn't say anything. He looks at Trellis and he'll say, I don't...
From the sideline, you hear Miko say, you got this.
Latricia's also just kind of standing by him, like, holding onto his side, like, encouraging. And he just kind of looks over. I don't want to kill any Memorems if I don't have to.
Either.
I don't want to kill, honestly. I really don't want to kill a lot of people. Consortium or Rockvein, no less. I've been thinking about that question you asked, the thing you told me about. You said that I was a traitor that made weapons to kill my fellow Memorens. And you're not. He kind of says, and you're not entirely wrong. But it wasn't for making it. I didn't make them to kill Memorens. I made them to protect people. Memorem or otherwise.
Yeah.
And it looks over.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tessai says, they're still being used to kill us. Well, I guess you botched that one. Earl kind of looks over and he says, I guess in some ways I did. But as long as I'm the one in control of the gun, I get to make the choice on when I pull the trigger. And I look over at Trellis and he says, so, that's why, if I can avoid it, I'm not going to kill any more of your countrymen. Specifically, he doesn't say our, he says your. But I want to know the source. He'll walk over to the bars. I want to know, do you know where Hawari is? Joe's kind of looks up. That fire in your eyes, boy. I've seen that before. You should mind yourself. He kind of says, I'm in control. Now answer. Drellis kind of looks over. So, the source. That's what you mean. I see now. I don't know where Hawari is, no. But I have a feeling that you knew that. There's another question. You want to ask why? He nods. Why did he kind of says, I can tell. You don't trust Hawari. You have other reasons for joining the Retribution, probably for involving and helping Memorem, like you said. I don't doubt that. But you don't think that's Hawari's goal. So why did I follow? As I said, a soldier without a direction to go often will find a direction in those around them if they need to. I did not have a direction, so that is the route I went, for better or worse. However, as you said, that Kitsune, human, and elf hotel, it is not the only route to take. Kuro kind of says, what's Hawari's goal? Trails kind of thinks for a minute, and then very blankly stares over at all of you and says, the eradication of the Consortium Empire. No matter how many Memorem's Consortium members or other Lapsians are killed in the crossfire.
Even the other races as well, nations.
Yeah,
too?
you can see there's actually some taking aback from some of the people and some of the other Memorans in the cells. What do you mean? It says, I've told you, or I'm telling you, that is what Hawari's goal is. Andrea says, that's not what he says. He says, that isn't what he says, but it is what his intent is. The attacks on the summit and several of the other area settlements, some on the areas of Noblesse as well planned for that. Sieging of several areas and the amassing of troops as well as materials, as well as the other future plans that they have. Their intent is for the Consortium to be destroyed, even if that means Memorem burns as well.
If I may ask, Trellis, would you say that there might be subterfuge from your guys in the in the group, the little small group that got disbanded called the Valiant Hawks?
No, those are a
Just
member
wondering,
of the Altus regime. Unrelated to us, the Altus regime is an enemy of the Retribution and honestly should be yours as well. Crow just nods, they are. It is good.
So no. Okay, good.
Crow kind of looks, then why? He kind of says, I already answered that, didn't I? It says, because you're a soldier without a cause. Right. He kind of says, isn't that?
Yeah.
He kind of says, single-minded and simple. You are not wrong.
Very straightforward, very tasteless. But hey, it's kind of fitting.
Crow kind of looks
what's
over
to plan?
and says, did you intend to do anything? It seems if you knew all this, if your goal is really to help Memorem, why did... he kind of looks over. I imagine you can suffice what my plans were. Guy says, so
How did-
that's why. Crow just kind of says, so that's why.
I didn't mean to cut off.
Huh.
Yes, he just, that's all he said was that's why.
Out of curiosity, do you know about Darren Preach?
Yes, he was a target of one of our ops around 7 or so months ago. However, he was taken by your guild, it seems, during that attack. Before we could do so. I believe our intel was that we were fed was bad, resulting in us getting to the wrong area and arriving late. So that was your...
Really?
Says,
There were more?
right, so that was your group that they encountered then. Makes sense where they failed.
I would have. You know, I suppose you probably know about Darren Preach's quote unquote ties to many things.
Yes, we are aware. That is why he was sent. He was going to be set to death by the Retribution. But I
Sent to
have.
death
He
instead of
says, "Go, sorry."
Something punishment.
yes, but also sent to death instead of being captured and interrogated for all it's worth before killing off.
This was it? Andre was said, or actually no, it wouldn't be Andre. It would be Shay. Shay says for what he did and all the lives he ruined in Memorem, and even worse, more.
Yeah,
No,
indeed.
death was the only result for him.
I mean, yeah, that is true, but isn't it? I need to ask, shouldn't you like capture him, interrogate him, torch him if you want, and then kill him for all to see? Shouldn't you like find out what's his
Shay kind of says,
people
we plan to
behind
display his
everything?
body at one of the main areas of Tarataro. A message to those that would harm the Memorem people.
But shouldn't you find the ones that behind him, the ones that he used to know, before you decide to display him?
We've already got enough information to find them, I'm sure.
Do
By
you
who exactly?
know of Darren Preach's affiliates?
Crow kind of thinks.
Yes, that's what I was about to say.
Did you say, do you know who they are? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I was saying, do you truly know all of Darren's affiliates?
Latricia actually speaks
Exactly.
up and she says, I imagine, to a certain extent, somewhat. Remember I told you that there was another group that was involving themselves when I was starting to cause a muck of things in the underworld there?
Yeah, I remember.
They
I'm
were
just
most likely that third party, but there's something I'm curious about. And she kind of walks over.
Yeah, me too. I need to ask, why do you kill your targets instead of like interrogating them before you killing them?
Yep, Latricia was gonna ask the same thing. She nods. Right. Even if you're sure about most information, it doesn't help your cause. Oh, not your cause, but for ascertaining information, it doesn't help. You could cross-reference things change. For instance, Darren Preach's location constantly changed. She kind of thinks, unless she
Unless
kind
a
of
warrior.
yeah, she's thinking the same thing too. Shay's like, what are you talking about? She's like, Hawari.
Unless a warrior. No, I'll let you finish,
No,
Trish.
she's
Final
not.
blow.
She's listening to you. She's looking at you. She just nods to you. I
Me?
think you're thinking the same thing.
Oh, my God. I can't believe it. But if I have to do it, then what if your leadership was actually had ties to the consortium?
Shay's like,
She
that would
looks at
never
the.
happen. They would never do that
Oh,
to us.
but do you know? Do you know?
She's kind of thinking. She's like, I'm not going to listen to you spout all this stuff about. Girl kind of.
Oh,
Shisha says,
okay.
that's it then. That's why they're killing them. It's cutting loose ends.
And now we know.
Yeah. If you were to interrogate him yourself instead of just trying to kill him instantly, you would know the answer.
Darren said. She kind of thinks. Crow kind of thinks too. He's like, that's right. He did say that. And Latricia nods. Darren said he was worried about a benefactor he had coming after him.
Oh, yep. Bingo, bango,
Hawari was the
bongo.
benefactor, wasn't
We
he?
got it. We
Trellis
got it in
kind
the
of
bag.
says, so that suspicion was true then. Crow kind of looks
So I need.
over too. So you were planning on, he's like, so it was a murder. He said you were planning on murdering Hawari and dying in the process. That's why you don't have a plan for your future, isn't it, Trellis? He's like, well, at this point, I guess that's somewhat easy to figure out. Yes. That's why I have a plan for Memorem being safe after all this was done, regardless of if Hawari or Ishin's way works.
Okay, but if you do kill a Harari, do you know is there any other head of leadership besides him?
I'm not exactly sure. But
then
if there is something you would
off.
like, he kind of looks over. If there is, it sounds like he looks over. Trellis, Commander, why are you telling them this? He's like, I told you what my goals are. He looks up and he looks over to Sai and he says, "We are captured prisoners of war." He kind of says our situation is untenable. Not to mention, the group that we fight for is in fact not exactly as forthright as we initially think. I am not saying that the guild is more forthright than any other or anything like that. However, he kind of looks over at all of you, and then at Crow. I am willing to trust something. That look in that boy's eyes. No, all of them. If they will see my goal to fruition, regardless, I am willing to take it. We are not he looks over. We are not soldiers we are not soldiers of a war that we're all expecting to win without any casualties. You all know this. But if there's an opportunity for us to take less, then we should take it if it means our goals are met.
Above board, DM. What are the locks like?
What are? The locks?
What are those locks like?
They are scans, I believe, in the ship.
Scans. And do I have permission?
No.
No.
Now you could hack it.
I was about to do something,
but that would be ill-perturbed.
No.
I was like,
yeah, but she'll say this instead to Trellis. So, Commander, do you want to die peacefully? You want to die peacefully somewhere off somewhere nice and quiet?
I've told you, my death is not a matter of something I concern myself with. It is a foregone conclusion.
No, what I
conclusion
mean
for me.
What I mean is, or do you want to die to see your goal in fruition? Do you want to join us? All of you want to join us.
No, there's like scoffs from like certain people in the room. Kai kind of says, it's honestly worth the consideration. You can see some of them like, fuck you, like they're just like screaming at him, like yelling at like, fuck you, Kai, like, how could you ever do that? Yeah, Crow, Charlie kind of says, all right, everyone, that's enough. We're not willing to take that deal at the moment, but I will give you that information. You ask. I can't tell you anything about the full leadership of the Retribution. It is actually a well-kept secret. But I can tell you where you can find that information. However, it'll be up to you on how you act on it. He looks over. Tarataro. Crow's like, the capital?
Tarataro.
He nods. There you'll find a manor. And you might find some other things as well there. At this manor is where you can most likely find one of the main dealers as it pertains to the Memorem Retributions forces. Decides like, why would you tell them this? He kind of says, he's like, and how do you? He's like, I told you what my intentions were. I intended to kill Hawari once most of this had been finished.
Do you know about their trade routes? Anything like, I need to ask, evidence. You got any evidence of this these
Not
times?
on me.
Just to see if
You'll have to go find out
enough.
yourself.
Yeah,
Letitia kind of
because
looks over and she's like, it could be a trap.
But they're being forthright.
She kind
Can
of
I roll to
thinks.
see if it's forthright?
Yes, you can. Roll me a mood
Yeah.
to see if
Okay.
how
Can I roll
forthright.
too?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, both of you. Also, I know you gotta go soon. I'm sorry. I'm trying to hurry it up. I apologize.
I might.
Yeah.
I don't have one yet.
Okay.
Oh, it's alright. Also, sorry about that cutting you off there.
No, you're
Oh,
fine.
you're fine.
Yeah.
I rolled a 10.
Unfortunately,
Let me
Himiko
see.
is out of her things.
Yeah.
She used all 3, I believe, today.
It's okay.
15.
Can I? I mean, I suppose I'll just tell them, as you all probably know by this point, we're not planning on torturing you and killing you or starving you or whatever. In
Yes,
fact, we
we
have a
will.
lot of the same enemies. We just go different routes about it. So maybe think on the options we've left you. You could be free and not be a soldier at all, and you could help us and work with us and join us, or you can
Well,
stay here.
actually, not join us. More like eye for an eye. Enemy of an enemy is my friend, or something like that.
Deceit
Yes.
says we don't necessarily consider Hawaii our enemy. Maybe Trellis over here does, but I'm not one to
Do
just.
you really?
I have a feeling
Do
that Trellis.
you?
Sorry.
Yes, sir.
No, go ahead.
Good.
I was gonna say I have a feeling that Trellis over here knows a lot more information than the rest of you do.
Even if that's true, you don't expect us to just simply go along with this. Like we can trust you for everything.
Okay, so
Trellis.
think about it.
That's all right. Sorry. Trellis. Is there any other like group in Retribution that also shares your ideas?
There are several people that do, actually, but they keep their opinions relatively short and to themselves. Awari is very good about keeping a tight lid on things and also monitoring who in his circle has, let's say, potential.
Mind you give us the names of your, I don't know, allies, just to see if we can convince them.
We'll see what you do with the information I've given you, and then we'll see from there. That's all you're getting from me. Crow kind of leans off the bars and he says, "All right then." And he kind of leans over. I've asked what I want to ask, and he'll like turn around.
Out of curiosity, if we per se find out that Hawaii has ties to more things that he's done,
He kind of there's like a audible like silence for a moment in the room before Trellis looks over. Yes, I believe it would be formative for everyone here. A soldier should know what he's fighting for, or they're fighting for, I should say. He looks over at Shay and Andrea.
Yes, I agree.
Ro kind of looks he looks over. You there, boy. What was your name? And it says, yeah, he looks over. He's like, Avery Crow. Crow, for short. He kind of nods. Crow. Do you plan on killing Hawaii? Kind of thinks. I'm not sure. Trellis kind of looks over.
Well,
are you sure about that?
We'll decide on that. She like interrupts, like, we'll decide on that. Isn't that right?
He kind of thinks, yeah.
We'll see. Okay.
He kind of Crow will just say.
She looks at...
He'll actually will answer as he's walking. He'll say, "It depends on his answer."
Yeah, there you have it. Oh, by the way, what kind of food do you guys want? Just want to make sure.
Iana says, Well, you could have the Mamons whip us up something for. He kind of says. Yeah, Charles will say they know how to make. Kai will actually speak up and say, "Yes, a bit more traditional Memorem cuisine would be nice, actually."
Yes, and also, hey Kai, do you want your legs back?
He kind of looks over and he's like, I'm fine. I'm just chilling here, doing my usual pull-ups and such."
So that's a yes then. Okay. All right. I think that'll be all then. Thank you all for participating in the interrogation. And then she walks out.
Yep, Crow. I imagine Crow, Latricia, and Apani in tow.
If you
But
need
not for.
anything, just let us know.
There's kind of a non-answer from the room. It seems like they might be thinking about some things.
Can I roll a mood?
Yeah.
Like they're confused.
Yeah,
or-
you can roll a mood.
They're mad. They're mad. They lost. We won.
There's
Oh,
definitely
mad?
some anger, I would say, but like it's very. What'd you get?
Damn, a 3.
Ooh, you're unsure.
Should
Imiko?
I roll?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me roll it on the disc.
You're doing the Discord? Alright. Oh.
Not better.
I guess I'll roll for Latricia, because, like, might as
Yeah,
well,
she
I
was
guess.
like on the lookout. Oh boy.
Bro.
As we like.
Alright, I'm rolling for Crow. Holy shit. Alright. Latricia rolled a 1, by the way.
Yeah.
So Crow, we rolled an 18. So he kinda.
He's learning.
Yes, he is. He seemed like he was locked in during that conversation, though, so that's probably why. But he kind of looks over, and he kind of looks back as you're walking. He'll look back forward as you guys are walking out. The two like guild guards kind of look over, like, "You all been there for a long time. Is everything all right?"
Yeah, we got what we needed. Also, you should probably whip him up something like Memorem style or something for their good behavior.
Good behavior.
Also,
They've been screaming
Indeed.
explicit things at us during most of the time we've been feeding them. I wouldn't really call that good behavior.
well, don't worry. I think the fight in them is out for the most part.
Yes.
What did you
Think
do?
all of it.
It isn't the guild standard regulations to physically abuse the inmates, you know.
Yes, we shot their legs and
You did what?
we
He's like
wrapped it
looking
around
over
the
at the.
bars. Yeah.
That's just like, we didn't do anything against that was against guild regulation. He's like, oh.
You can see Emiko like laughing maniacally.
He's like sweating, like wiping his head, like. So what did you do to them?
We just talked.
Hmm. Hmm.
Roll
me a charm, please.
Me?
No,
Can I roll
Imiko.
Why?
Imiko. Because you're trying to convince them to give them
Why?
tailored food, so they need to. You need to see if you can convince them.
Oh, okay.
Can I also
Oh
convince
yeah.
them?
Sure, if you want to say something.
Okay. I mean, honestly, I think we've gotten more information than we could have expected to even find. So I feel like, some warm food, it might help soften them up even more to get more information. They've been a good bit.
Also, we should probably
Roll me a
should give
logic,
them their
Pawnee.
legs back.
Okay.
And they kind of nod. They're like, huh. One of them's like, this may not be the worst idea. They're kind of talking to each other.
5. Oh wait, I can re-roll that.
Nope, you're
Because
out of
my
them.
lineage.
You're out of them. You have
No.
three
No,
tails.
it's the Kitsune Grace.
Is that wait?
Yes.
Oh, I think
If
you're
I
right.
roll a 5 or lower.
Yeah, you're right. Actually,
Re-roll
I
it.
forgot about that. Yep. Yeah.
Come on, baby.
I rolled a 13, but could I potentially say something else to reroll?
You can say something else, and I give hidden bonuses usually to whatever you say.
I can
I was saying this
Nat
would be
20.
very
I saw.
beneficial to the if we can get even more information, people are much more likely to open up. We can get even more
Yes.
information. We could just head straight there.
And it's like, be that as it
Mm.
may, I still. And he kind of looks over at Emiko and he's like,
Yes. Also, give them the legs back. I think they deserve.
this could potentially. We noticed that there were spiritual runes on them that could have some type of spell, blast spell, or anything on it. We needed to check it before we could just give
Yeah.
them back. And
We
does
can
not
check
just.
Probably should depower it.
Yes, I believe they're checked now, but yes, we can return them. To
Yeah.
them.
And also their food. They should be styled as Memorem-like as they should.
Yes.
And like so, we don't exactly know how to prepare Memorem. I guess we could try.
Hold on.
Just
Hold
find
on.
more natives and ask them to prepare some authentic food.
Yeah.
I mean that's fair, but
Emiko.
it might. He kind of looks over. One of them says, "That
Hold
might be
on.
difficult."
Hold on. Emiko like steps into the room again and say, "Hey Kai, what's your favorite brand of Memorem food?"
He
She
will.
like yells it.
He will spout something off. I'd have to actually check because I have a lot of different foods in my brain. I'm not sure they're all Memorem based. But yes, he will spout something off.
It's alright.
And one of them's like, that's not really the problem, I guess. Even if we know what it is, that doesn't mean we can make it well. It's, she kind of looks over. The issue is that not all, that some of the Momoans I told you about that wanted to break their way in, or I shouldn't say break their way in, wanted to, they were very angry at the Momoans in here. And I'm not sure that they could really, Crow and will look over and he'll say, I'll talk to them about it then. He's like, I don't know. He's like, don't worry, I'll convince him. Latricia says, I'll help. We can be quite convincing.
Yeah. I'll help too.
Yeah,
I can be convincing too.
All right, if that's the case, then I will permit it under our guild supervision.
Yeah. Speaking of guild supervision, where is Lyshishka?
They should be. I thought they were arriving later today, in like the next few hours, once the rest of the wave gets here. It'll be good. I'm ready to go up north and not be doing this. He's like, speak for you. The other guy's like, speak for yourself. I'm headed right back down to join the fight again. She's like, didn't you almost get your arm broken? He's like, I almost got it broken. It's not broken.
Boys, girls, I think there's gonna be a delay on that. From what we discovered, I think we have to go to what was the place again?
Toronto?
Yeah, Rotterdam.
It's like, she's like, you want to go to the Memorem capital? Well, not even at our full combat strength. We won't be until we meet with the others.
Well, once Lyshishka comes, I think the bombshell readily apparent.
Well,
why we need to go there.
Beyond my jurisdiction, you can figure it out with Lyshishka, special officer. I'm.
Yep. Yeah, sorry about that. See ya. Oh, what's your guy's name again?
Oh, why
Just
do you
want
do
to make
this?
sure.
Why you do this to me? All right, give me 5 seconds. I pride myself on not having used any generators for these names. Fuck. Name. Guild people. Okay. Guild people could be any. The good thing about guild people is I can pick a name from anything because guild people are literally on the this cost spectrum of people. So we're gonna go with Orin. And this is a cool ass name and I might use it for someone else, but we're gonna go with Barbosa.
Okay.
So Barbosa and Orin. There you go.
Is it illegal in the guild to? Well, I suppose it's not bribery because they've already agreed to it.
What were you gonna do?
I was gonna offer the 2 guards, after their replacements come in, to come upstairs to my room for a drink of the berry lemonade.
I guess it's not inherently bribery, but like, yeah, it's not inherently bribery, unless it comes with a attached. Fuck, this gets into like territory that is technically, because it's like, all right, you're doing favors, but you're not bribing them inherently. You're not saying like, hey, do this for me, but you're doing things for them in the hope that they will do something for you. Technically, it's not on it. Oh man, I have to actually look at the guild clauses for this. I'm pretty sure it's not illegal in the guild clauses, but it's like strongly recommended against unless it's imperative to the mission. And like you could make an argument for it, but what do you I guess
You know,
are you just
soften the
offering them you could do it. There's nothing wrong with doing this inherently unless you said, "Hey, I'm doing this so that you guys specifically make them food that's tailored toward them."
What if I just say, you know, after everything's over,
You want to drink?
want to
Yeah.
go upstairs and have some of the berry lemonade? I got some really good berry lemonade from machine.
That
It's
would
really good.
technically not be illegal in the guild clauses. So yes.
Okay, then that is what Apani says.
Skirting the lines right now.
Yes.
But it technically is not against clauses, so yes, you're fine. It's not like there aren't people that constantly do that anyway. But like, you know. But yeah,
A
so
little legal good for the soul.
they will accept when they're off duty to come upstairs and get a drink.
Okay.
Whether it be in your
Yes,
room or the
what's
mess
the
hall, they
name?
don't care. I said Orin Barbosa.
Oh, sorry, I was like,
Oh, you weren't there.
I was
Or
like,
yeah, Orin and Barbosa are the names.
thank you. Orin Barbosa. Nice name.
So, yes, we will, as that happens, we will accelerate time a little bit. That way that you guys can meet up with the rest of your group. We didn't even get to the fun, like, that's a funny thing. We didn't even get to the whole, like, information you're about to find out from, like, guild stuff. And Glenn and things. So, there's a lot more. There's a lot more, but we are going to stop right here for the night. So, thank you all for watching. I know this one's a little bit shorter than normal. I say shorter than normal. It's like, no, actually, yeah, it's about almost 3 hours. So it's about maybe an hour shorter than some of our medium normal length sessions. But yes, we will see you all in the next session. Thank you all for watching. I'm gonna say that again. I am no. If you want to follow the project, you can follow it, and if you go into the description box below and join the Discord, you can find all the information about how to play Dreamforge, how to learning about it, ask questions to developers, and talk with the community, including some of our players here today. Outside of that, though, if you just want to stay posted and follow along with all of our our sessions and or our how-to guides and other little lore things we're going to be planning on doing soon, just subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and you'll be notified when that stuff comes out. Also, it would help if you'd leave a like on the video, because it does boost us, I think, in the algorithm, at least, from what I understand, but I don't really know that YouTube game as much as I used to. But in any case, we hope you enjoyed today's session, and we will see you in the next Shadow Guardians session. Bye-bye!